Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Blue Thunder Pod WWE Edition. I'm your host, Billy Sullivan. With me, as always, my mom's favorite podcast host, and he always makes this podcast banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. Seamus says it too many times.
Does he respect me now? That's the only way he gives people respect. Is apparently to have. It's like when somebody.
His name is David Lennox, by the way.
Oh, I know about it. It's when It's like when there's a job description, like online. It's like, oh, we're looking for somebody with 10 years experience, but the only people that they're interviewing have like 2 years experience, kind of thing. It's just like
because those are the people looking for jobs.
Yeah, Seamus, give me some opportunities to qualify all of these bangers. I've been in the company 6 fucking months. Yeah. When I can't get respect for you from like a day. So like what? You can't get breakfast with Seamus? Do you think at breakfast he gets just bangers and mash?
No mash, just banger after banger after banger after banger. The weirdest thing that's going on right now, it's making me crazy, and I'm afraid it's going to drive my boy Ilya Dragunov crazy, is Ricochet keeps coming up to him and saying, we got to finish our thing. And I'm like, he keeps beating you. Why do you have to finish anything? It doesn't just go on. It's not a story if you just lose every time and then get like evaporated by Braun.
We'll take care of our shit.
Why do you keep coming to this guy who beat you?
Maybe he doesn't want to face Ilya Dragunov, and he knows that, because he says, like, I'm not going to deal with us until we deal with him.
There's no dealing with us. Us has been dealt with. Maybe he got concussed and he forgot what happened or something.
Sure. He's one of the many wrestlers who forgets that this shit's DVR'd for the earth and can't just watch back what happened last week.
I mean, and some of us can remember 7 days ago. Like,
I can remember 30 years.
Yeah,
we just said on the other one, like I remember everything that happened in 1995. And
I was at my mom and dad's house today talking about like 3 separate days that we spent on a trip in Disney World when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah,
that I remember like back of my hand. I can remember that Ilya Dragunov beat the shit out of Ricochet 2 weeks ago.
Right. They didn't finish that, though.
The first one they did. He just beat him.
According to this show, they did not finish it yet.
Incorrect. You hit him.
No, we're on the same page.
I'm not arguing with you. Yeah. I'm arguing with theirs. There are still some things that Triple H needs to get out of his system of being like the Vincedom, that like 80% of your matches don't need to have a non-finish or like a cheat finish or like a surprise roll-up, and those still happen way too much. There's a ton of great stuff happening on these shows. Yeah. I enjoy them now, like just flat out enjoy watching Raw.
Right.
But those things, just get rid of them. You're better than that. You can write better. Yes, it's a little harder to write stuff when you don't do the schmaz finishes and when you have to have like winners and losers.
Yeah.
But it also is more fun to write that stuff because it makes it a challenge and it's more fun to watch. He just needs to unvince himself from those last couple of things, I think. Well,
historically, they did all the shitty schmaz finishes because then on the pay-per-views when there were actual... I remember feeling this when I was younger. I'm like, oh, they actually... That was a proper ending to a match.
Yeah.
This is important.
Well, I mean, even progression on that further, it was... I remember like Monday Night Primetime where it was Earthquake versus Jobber, Brutus Beefcake versus Jobber, and then you'd get like... Tito Santana versus like Coco Beware as the main event.
Yeah.
So the only match where you knew 2 names was the main event, and then we progressed to like the Raw era where it was all schmazzy, and then the real finishes were at the pay-per-views.
Right.
But where we're at right now is there are no pay-per-views in WWE. Everybody has Peacock, it's PLE. You can do like big stuff on your regular show now.
Like Brain
Netflix
Stars.
just paid $5 billion or whatever it was. See what the NBA got?
No.
$76 billion.
For what duration?
10 years.
That's not bad.
It's incredible. It's by far the biggest sports contract in the history of televised sports.
Not too bad. I did read that, speaking of Netflix, Braun Breaker is going to be a central portion of Monday Night Raw per Netflix request.
Well, he should. It's got to be. He's like one of the best guys. Yeah, I did note when they showed him walking into the show this week on Raw, he looks exactly like in his street clothes. Looks exactly like a St. Lawrence substitute teacher who also coaches the football team. Like that's it. He taught like 3 of my classes in 1995.
This guy. But we did not get to Braun Breaker quite yet because we had to start with SmackDown.
Yeah.
And we're still in the month of May in SmackDown. May 31st, WWE SmackDown was in Albany, New York at the MVP Arena. Estimated tickets distributed was 7,747 in a 17,500 cap arena. So
it's a big building for Albany.
Big building, yeah. And this was actually up 11% from when they were there in
I'm just surprised Albany has a place that big.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, there, the MVP Arena. It's where MVP lives.
Remember when every stadium was like the War Memorial?
Yeah.
Like before it was like the Sears whatever, and then like the
dude. In basketball they make a joke about that.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the tampon arena or something like that.
But I remember like being a kid and hearing
but that's what it is
local
now.
like advertising for wrestling shows like come out to the War Memorial on Sunday. Like,
Soldier Field.
Soldier Field's like the last one.
Yeah. But so they're more popular. They're up like visit over visit. They're up every time they come. Dynamite even runs the town, and they do pretty well there.
Yeah.
They did if they ran this building in July of last year, and they were up 1,000 from what they did this past week.
Oh,
so yeah, Albany's a nice little market for wrestling. So we had some dark matches on Monday Night Raw, which we are usually.
SmackDown.
What am I on?
You're on SmackDown.
That would explain the dark matches.
Are they Raw competitors again? Are they making people travel across the country again?
Yes.
Sweet.
So, kind of. So one of the dark matches, and that's why I said Raw, because they have all the Raw.
Yeah.
I got tripped up.
I figured.
Yeah. Tiffany Stratton defeated Tegan Knox. And then it was presumably a banger. Sheamus defeated Ludwig Kaiser.
Were you
Oh.
at the? Well, they had that match on Raw, so it was their prep match.
Prep match, eh?
Were you at the show with me, the Raw, where Kurt Angle had a dark match in black trunks?
It's possible.
I remember like it was yesterday because I remember like hearing the news that they signed the Olympian guy, and then like, oh, he's doing a dark match, and he was awesome. He didn't have any personality or anything. He just had black, like, not even like regular wrestling trunks. It was almost like shorts.
It's like 98, 99, somewhere around there.
Yeah, would have been right around Attitude Era. I just can't remember who was with me at that Raw, and like I remember very vividly watching him and thinking, "Holy shit, this guy's going to be amazing."
Well, I don't throw away ticket stubs, so I will.
I will
dig through just to check.
I could probably look at. I was able to search out the house show that my dad took me to at Rosemont in 1989, so I probably can figure out when it was exactly.
I would be disappointed if you failed on the ladder. So Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser, and great observation. This was a prep match for Monday. And then Jey Uso defeated Drew McIntyre via disqualification.
Okay.
Eat.
That's, I guess, just to get them worked out together and not to have a finish.
Sure.
By the way, Jey Uso, I watched, because I didn't have time, I watched Raw at 2 times speed.
Yeah.
Jey Uso talking at 2 times speed is one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. Because he's got that cadence already, and it's super fast. I'm like, this is a joy to watch.
Yeah, that's right. Well, now I want to do it. Damn it. So many things to follow up on. The opening of the show, we have our usual walking from the parking lots. And
okay, I was going to save it for Raw, but we may as well do it here. Why does WWE love showing everybody walking into the building?
Because they partnered with the UFC, and that's what UFC does.
It's what I don't know why UFC does it either. I don't care about somebody walking in from a parking lot.
The NBA does it. They show them in their suits with their
They
headphones
show them
on.
walking down the hallway all together as a team. That's kind of different, I think.
Same thing. All sports love showing people showing up to the arena.
It's stupid.
I couldn't agree more. But,
it's stupid when the NBA does it too.
It's consistent with. It felt cool. I remember being young and seeing
I liked watching Jordan and them. Because it's Jordan.
And you're like,
it's the Bulls. They're winning a goddamn championship every year, and I get to go celebrate.
Everybody else saw Jordan going, and they're like, we want to do it too. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We saw separately the Bloodline, the Street Profits, and B-Fab walking in because they're all wrestling later in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a King and Queen of the Ring recap.
Oh, Deadway. Frankie told me he almost drove his car off the road when I was doing my Nia Jax impersonation. He was listening to the show.
She's
terrible. Probably a monstrous person in real life, morally bad.
Yeah.
What
do you think's the worst thing she's done morally since she's won the Queen of the Ring? She kicked it.
I think since she's won the Queen of the Ring, she probably was 9 months pregnant when she won the title and didn't tell anybody about it and didn't want to like suffer through getting an abortion and having like public perception change. So she like went into a gas station bathroom and took care of it herself since she won Queen of the Ring.
I was going to say maybe she yelled at a Subway employee. You went for gas station abortion.
I'm just, you asked me what I thought. I don't know that happened.
What you barking at?
The ghost.
Is there a spooky ghost?
You get the ghost? It's Rocco Rock. He makes your body rock.
Rocky's keeping us safe over here. He's wagging his tail furiously.
Yeah, he's not really in a pouncing position. He's more in a lay his fat belly on the floor with his feet splayed out position.
What's the matter?
Come here.
Anyway, we start with Nick Aldis in the ring.
I like Nick Aldis.
Oh, love him. The ring is covered in red carpet with a crown on the pedestal. And he's hyping up Nia Jax for being a new draft pick that came through in the clutch to win Queen of the Ring for the brand.
That came through in the clutch to allow Lyra Valkyria to absolutely do everything.
Nia's out by this point. She puts the crown on, and she goes,
I'm going to win the world championship at SummerSlam.
Let's get the facts straight. It's a fact that I'm your Queen of the Ring. And it's a fact that as your queen, I get a title shot at SummerSlam. So, Billy, your queen is commanding your...
Now she's starting to sound like a deaf person.
Billy, queen is commanding your presence in her ring right now. I was having too much fun with it.
Who's she talking to? Like a pie maker or something?
Bailey.
Bring a bunch of pies at for me. I'm hungry for a Boston crab and some like a strawberry rhubarb.
So two things make me laugh about that. One, it's not out of the realm of possibility for WWE to hire a traveling pie maker.
I've heard catering is great.
Two, the thought of just like 4 stereotypical like Italian like bakers coming out
with the big,
the big hats, holding a variety.
Look at this pies for you, Nia Jax, our queen.
It's a variety of pies to open.
This
Raw,
one is my mother's recipe. I hope you enjoy. It's kind of bland.
Oh shit, that's funny. Unfortunately, pie makers do not come out. Bailey comes out, and I only say unfortunately because
Nia Jax must have been so disappointed.
Bailey comes out and gets she gets attacked from behind.
You think wrestlers would start like
keeping an eye out,
head on a swivel? Like
it's the most like
I do that when I'm just in a sketchy city.
Yeah,
they work at a place where they get attacked from behind like once every.
And
2
their
weeks.
presence is announced by a loud song.
Yeah,
and lights and screens in the back showing exactly where they were.
The only one that recognizes all this stuff, the Deadpool of wrestling.
Yeah. But anyway, Bailey gets attacked from behind by Piper Niven with Chelsea Green barking behind her.
I really like those two.
Piper Niven throws Bailey they're fighting all the way up there. She throws her in the ring and then splashes her. So Bailey's like sitting up, and Piper bounces off the ropes and does like a splash to her sitting
the side
up.
one, right?
The side one,
it's like a crossbody, but to the floor. Yeah,
yes.
She's been doing it for it's good move.
Great.
Good move.
Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
Not Otis does a worse one of those.
Yeah. It's a certain dimensions of a wrestler allow you to do that.
If you're a square.
Yeah.
You're shaped like you're like Cubert, kind of.
That's an old reference.
Oh yeah,
that's an old.
It was like an old game when I was a baby.
Chelsea and Piper turn to look at Nia Jax. Chelsea says, "Nia, sweetie, you don't have to worry about facing Bailey because by the time SummerSlam rolls around,
you're gonna die of a heart attack.
Your new WWE Women's Champion is going to be my sweet pea best friend, little spicy margarita, Piper Niven. Ha 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 ha."
Man, Piper Niven's a better performer than Nia Jax.
And then somebody got a nap.
Are they doing a heel?
Yeah.
Thing then?
No. It's.
I'm cheering for Piper Niven.
Bailey and Piper.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Because Bailey's the champ. I got it. I had it crossed up.
And Nia says.
Pause for 1 second.
Pause
I think this guy may have to go outside.
He's got to poop. You got to poop?
He might just be being an asshole. I don't know.
He was barking at the door.
We'll find out.
You got to make poop?
Sometimes it's barking at the door because I want to go out. Sometimes it's barking at the door because I heard a cicada.
It's got to shit.
Oh, I'm so bad.
All good. How are you looking? Good. What are?
Real cameras.
Yeah.
Okay, so
so
Nia Jax was eating her pie.
Yeah.
Like with her hands. They actually brought utensils out for her.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't need those.
No.
I can take care of this, like the guy from Stand By Me. And she just smashed her face and
ended up marrying Rebecca Romaine.
Threw up everywhere.
Did nice.
In the entire city of Albany threw up.
Oh, what the hell was his name? You drank the
Lardass.
oil. Lardass. That's right. You drank the oil and threw up on everybody?
Yeah, the castor oil.
Yeah.
And eggs. A bunch of raw eggs.
Sure. As one does before a pie eating contest. So then after Chelsea Green says what she said to Nia says, I don't give a damn who the champion is because I'm going to annihilate her.
I don't care who it is because I don't do any moves anyway. I just let them do all the stuff and then I sit on them and then Triple H says, here's more money in a championship.
Yeah. Meh.
Why is she on the roster?
She's entertaining.
No, she's not. We're entertaining.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
She's awful. Yeah. Like, awful in not any good ways.
Yeah.
They have plenty of, like, big, strong women.
Yep.
Even if they want, like, a heavyset woman, Piper Niven's right there. Fucking rules.
She's got an awesome mouthpiece. Yeah. And that mouth is not full of pie. Backstage, we have Nick Aldis.
Nia tore it out of her mouth.
Pie on a pole match?
She couldn't get up a pole.
If there's pie up there, she could. Backstage, we have Nick Aldis walking toward his office, and he sees AJ Styles is waiting for him in there. This is the through line of the episode. AJ says, thought about what you said last week, and if there's some time, I would appreciate addressing my future tonight.
AJ's like, so I was wondering, you ever looked into whether our government created COVID to kill the gays? Yeah. Because, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that really happened. I'm just saying, do your own research.
Yeah, do the math.
Do the math.
Do the math.
Think about flat Earth stuff.
I was shining.
It's pretty interesting. I'm not saying what's going on.
So my neighbor, he's a couple acres away, and he had his porch light on, and I had my porch light on. Let me ask you, if the Earth is curved, how could I see his porch light?
How could I possibly have seen his porch light?
I see his porch light. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Nick Aldis says, I can definitely find you the time, AJ. That's not a problem, but there's something you want to tell me? And AJ says, it's going to be hard enough to do it once, so if it's okay with you, just once in the
Does he really have pancreatic cancer? I made the joke because he keeps talking about how he's on like a real short timeline, but it's like a self-imposed one.
It is self-imposed, yeah. You're safe with your
humor. He keeps saying that. I'm like, are you dying?
He covers it. So if it's okay with you, just once in the ring tonight. That's all I need.
Fatty's back in.
Fatty, batty,
boom, now close it down.
And then Nick...
2 minutes for me now, Fatty.
Oh. You feel better? Did you get a big poop out? And just for luck, I always have to keep checking, even though it's not far off, because it's a real camera. Yeah. No cable story about it?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's got a big battery that lasts like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And tons of memory.
It's
easy to transfer the stuff.
Yeah. We good?
Yeah.
We're good now?
I'm always good.
You're good. So, AJ said it's going to be hard enough to do once. So if it's okay with you, just once in the ring tonight. That's all I need. And Nick says, I understand. You got the time. You got the touch. I got the power.
All these AJ Styles, Nick Aldis exchanges feel like a fucking David Lynch movie or something to me. I don't know what either guy is talking about.
It's an ear, all right. Backstage, we have Bayley in the trainer's room, and then Naomi runs in. Bayley says, Naomi's asking her, are you good to fight tonight? And she's, by the way, getting checked out by the trainer. Mm-hmm. You good to fight tonight? Bayley says she's good to fight tonight, and Naomi says she has her back. Looks like they're going to have a tag team match tonight.
Yeah, super.
And they do.
Tell you what, player, let's have a tag team match.
Holla, holla.
How about we just make tag teams and only do tag teams with the tag teams?
Yeah.
And stop just putting random people together to have a tag team match.
That's been the wish of wrestling since... when were the Beverly Brothers active? That was the last good WWE era of tag team wrestling. Did the opposite right now. We took tag teams. Nope.
Attitude Era had a smidge with the New Age Outlaws.
Attitude Era doesn't.
And then headbangers and.
If they wrestled matches longer than 4 minutes, I'd give them credit.
Yeah,
but like the
sure.
Attitude Era was.
I just mean there were tag teams that were teams.
Yes. I mean that they did all that faction warfare and shit too. So I guess fine. I just have such a ick about the Attitude Era because it did not age very well.
No, it didn't. And like we talked about,
it doesn't discredit any of the tag teams.
What's another thing that kind of a knock against it, if you look at the stuff that happened right before and right after, it's all better than the Attitude Era. Like 97 was better than 98 or 99, and then like 2000. The end of 2000 into 2001 was better than that too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Didn't have to be good. It was the most popular thing on the
yeah, he had boobies.
Yeah, boobies and beer.
Yeah.
And a guy and a redneck telling his boss he sucked.
Yeah.
Like all the major pieces were there.
Because his incredible wrestling ability was gone because Owen Hart broke his neck.
Yeah. He also had the incredible foresight to chastise a boss that would later become a literal
monster. Yeah. It went after the worst human being on earth, unknown to everybody else.
Stone Cold the Oracle.
Did you hear Randy Orton just flat out saying we're better off without that guy?
Loved it.
I want to Randy Orton's like my 5th favorite wrestler on earth right now.
Did you hear why he said that? Because Vince made him go to work hurt.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing, and he was like, and he talked about like how Vince manipulated him, like what he said to manipulate him. I'm like, yeah, he's a piece of shit, and I'm glad you recognize that now, Randy.
Yeah.
It's
nice. I'm not usually one for revisionist history, but bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
I don't think it's revision. I'd like knowing Vince McMahon. That's the shit he did. I mean, he didn't really try to hide it. It's like he manipulated people. He talks about manipulating people.
I'm just saying, like he was held in this such high grace, prominent role forever, and now we're.
Not me. I argued against the genius bullshit for my entire adult life.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was like raping people, but I knew he was a bad person and not a very good wrestling booker.
Yeah. With no segue at all, next we had Tommaso Ciampa versus Austin Theory. Went 9 minutes and 43 seconds, and they set this match up earlier today. Cool. They show like the match being made. And
Did Tommaso Ciampa turn evil and stop using music and like kind of go crazy and then do real violent shit?
Do you want to hear what happened or what you want to hear?
I'd rather just hear, like, tell me a nice story about Tommaso Ciampa.
So Tommaso Ciampa comes out
Speaking of AEW, by the way, alum.
With no music whatsoever.
Oh, my God.
His beard is all of a sudden unkempt. And he comes out.
Are his eyes kind of like looking off into the...
Not only are they looking off, he has knee braces on again. And a long jacket.
I'm going to fall asleep. Dave, read me a bedtime story.
And he's hugging. So you can't see it at first, but he's hugging a gold belt. He's hugging a gold belt. And that's right, he's the greatest heel in the entire company.
What magical world is this?
Wake up. Wake up. Back to reality. No, he's in a shit tag team with Johnny Gargano.
And he's fighting a bodybuilder who can't really wrestle.
Actually, Austin Theory looked pretty good in this match.
He's gotten way better. I'm just giving him shit because it was like...
Because it's not.
I want Tommaso Ciampa.
We want what we want. So a couple cool spots in here. Austin Theory has Tommaso Ciampa up in a suplex. Or he suplexes him and then holds his leg. Or I'm sorry. He hasn't lifted him up yet. He put a suplex.
Wait. No, first he went and got some pies from Ajax.
Wait a minute.
He suplexed the pies.
Hang on. In what world do you think she would relinquish pies?
No, he got him for her.
Oh.
He had to run out and get him because she was like sitting in a recliner and I'm like, Austin, I'm really tired from my promo earlier. Could you run to Baker Square for me? And he was like, oh, I got a match. And you only take like 5 minutes. God. Yeah. That's what I
got to know. Hang on. Bear with me for a second. I got to see how far away a Baker Square is
I don't
from
even
the
know
arena.
If they exist anymore. I have not been in a Baker Square since like 1998.
MVP Arena in Albany, New York. Let's see if there's a Baker Square nearby. I'm just going to... Can I have a pie? No. Baker's.
Where would you go for a pie if Baker Square's not around these days? Jewel. You go to Jewel.
Cheesecake Factory? Oh, no, not in Woodridge, Illinois. Come on.
Cheesecake Factory's
Bigger Albany.
Did you ever see the calorie counts on the entrees at Cheesecake Factory? It should be against the law.
Baker Square.
They have a pasta dish. It's 3,000 calories.
It's put me in Illinois for some reason. It would have been funny if we found out that there's Baker Square like right next
and then
door.
You did a Google image search and Nia Jax was standing out front.
with her crown on.
You have to give me free pies because I'm the queen.
I know a guy, my buddy's dad, is in the Google image for his house.
I love when that shit happens.
Yeah, he's in it twice.
I like when it's like a smeary face because it's like one picture.
He's waving. He saw the truck,
better.
and he's been in it twice, and he's wearing the same shirt in both pictures.
Oh, that's great.
It's fucking awesome.
I swear to God, I have different clothes.
I think he does it on purpose.
Intentionally,
Yeah,
yeah.
he loves seeing it. But yeah, so Austin Theory has Ciampa. He's about to suplex him. He holds his leg in his figure 4 position, lifts him up, and then he drops it into a shoulder breaker.
That's cool.
It looked fucking awesome,
very cool.
and it looked super smooth.
He's a very strong man.
Very strong. He does a draping neck breaker to the outside, so he holds Tommaso Ciampa. Austin Theory's on the floor, holds him kind of draped on the ring, and then just drops him into a neck breaker onto the floor. They did something throughout the show. I don't know if they were doing it before. I wasn't paying attention. But before they would go into break, they would replay the last big spot in slow motion, not with all the graphics and shit.
Oh.
They would just replay it.
That's cool.
With no audio.
We were just talking about trying new stuff like every week.
It looked like old fucking NBA on NBC.
I love
shit.
that.
It looked, and they did it like 6 times throughout the show.
I love that. The only thing I never liked about the replays in WWE was, well, they did way too many of them and right away.
Yeah.
But and then like a bunch of small screens, and you're missing stuff.
Only when they went to commercial.
That is a beautiful time to do it.
They didn't even show like the result of the whole thing. It's just something to send you to break.
Wrestling's so great now.
It's fucking great. Tommaso Ciampa. So Austin Theory's working on his neck, obviously with the neck breaker going into break. At one point, Ciampa does a scorpion death drop on Austin Theory and immediately grabs his neck. I'm like, this guy is perfect at his job. Grow your beard and be awesome again, please.
He is awesome. They just have to allow him to be himself.
Austin Theory does that ataxia move.
Which, oh
my God, does that look fucking cool?
Yeah, it does.
It's like a combo that ends in a flatliner. So this is storyline now, and I like what they're doing here. So Austin Theory is like in control, and then they cut to Grayson Waller yelling at the commentary desk that DIY doesn't belong in the ring with them, and then he says, "What about?" And then Austin Theory's like kind of listening to him. He says, "What about the way Austin Theory is relevant again because of the Grayson Waller rub?" and like it catches Theory's eyeball.
Yeah, and it's true.
And Austin Theory's like, "What'd you just say?" Like he hears him, and Grayson Waller jumps on the apron, and they're exchanging words.
Yeah.
Ciampa pushes Theory into Waller and then just rolls him up for the win.
Nice, Ciampa won.
Ciampa won.
That's exciting.
And then commentary's pushing that Grayson Waller's taking credit for Austin Theory, so they're breaking these two up, which cool. That's a good way to do it.
I mean, they're two huge narcissists, so like it would make sense that eventually they would love. And like Austin Theory is a much better wrestler than Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller is a much better talker, so it could make for an interesting little dynamic there.
And it would give them both something to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have some story there.
And then maybe they could break DIY up and Tommaso Ciampa just turn around Johnny Gargano.
And just run back to TakeOver.
Yeah.
Run back TakeOver matches with these two. Backstage, we had
Bailey can get her thing, the happy things back, the floaty things. And,
they should do a pay-per-view where everyone does old gimmicks.
That'd be great. They've done a similar. They did ECW One Night Stand that rolled. It's just they should do like an NXT night.
Yeah.
For the 2016 NXT.
Yeah.
Like never be doing that stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Balor's
I would buy tickets.
The demon. Yeah. Not even the demon. Like everyone.
I always lose like I watched actually throughout that whole 16, 17, 18 was great.
Yeah.
But I always forget who was there first or second or like I know Sami Zayn. He was left before Kevin Owens.
No, they fought.
Right? I thought Kevin Owens powerbombed him on the...
Yeah, he debuted that night.
Oh, and that was the debut. That's right. Yeah. That was the same day.
That was the same day. Juice Robinson.
Yeah, bad Juice Robinson.
Juice Robinson broke his foot.
Juice Robinson.
Broke his nose.
Yeah.
With a palm strike.
Yes, he did.
That would sell a shitload of tickets.
Yeah.
I mean, NXT
sell like 2 that. At least.
Yeah, we'll bring Rocky 3. Oh, Frankie would come to that.
For sure.
Nick would not come to that.
No, he doesn't care.
No. Mason would probably come to that.
He would want to, yeah.
Nick will take Mason.
Nick will allow it. I would be happy to bring Mason.
Yeah, or you and me both. Uncle of the Year. So we have backstage Nick Aldis with Blair Davenport, finally.
Oh, and live Jesus and in person.
Christ,
she's like super tall, right?
She's super attractive, too.
I remember I saw her and
she's she's I was like, whoa. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
So before they even say anything, Naomi rushes in, just interrupting.
She keeps rushing in.
Yeah, she's
like the third rush in Naomi's had.
She had a.
We have to have another tag match, player.
Yeah, she had 2 Celsius. So that's what she's doing. She's going to ask Nick Aldis for a match for Bayley, Naomi versus Piper Niven and Chelsea.
Why
Green
don't these
tonight.
people text Nick Aldis like at any point during the week before Friday?
Because he doesn't have read receipts on his phone, and they want to make sure that he sees it. So Blair Davenport says Naomi may not feel. I'm sorry. Blair Davenport says Nick Aldis may
she doesn't feel feelings because she's not human.
She may not. Nick Aldis may not feel interrupted, but Naomi is rubbing her the wrong way. And Naomi says normally she'd introduce herself and ask who she is, and then Blair says, no, you don't need to ask who I am. I'll tell you. I'm Blair Davenport, but I have no doubt you are going to know exactly who I am. Nick Aldis makes the match. And then Naomi leaves, and in walks Los Angeles Knight.
Oh, Los Alamos. I'm very happy with what they're doing with the 2024 NXT call-up so far.
Yeah. Treating everybody very, very, very nicely.
Dragunov shouldn't have gotten beat up so easily by Braun, but they kind of gave him a little bit
wait
back.
Till we get to Raw. Yeah. They're doing one of them dirty.
Yeah, they gave him at least a little off his back.
Not him. They're not.
Oh no, Ricochet's parts.
No, they're doing one of the call-ups a little dirty.
Oh.
Yeah, one of the gals.
Myra?
No, brand new one.
The other one. Oh, the one that just came up. Okay.
Yeah. So Los Angeles walks in. Naomi leaves, and LA asks, is AJ really retiring? And Nick's like, I don't really know. And then Los Angeles is looking for Logan Paul, and then Nick Aldis asks LA Knight to sit and take a seat, presumably to chat.
Joking aside, where do you think their AJ thing is going? Because he's doing something, but I don't know what he's talking about.
Do you not know how the episode ends?
I didn't watch SmackDown this week.
Oh,
you're reading me a story.
Then they're going to. You'll find out very shortly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So backstage, they come back from break. LA Knight is leaving Nick Aldis' office. Kayla Braxton just happens to catch up with him, and she asks, "Is there any update with the conversation that you just had with Nick Aldis?" And Los Angeles says that Nick Aldis.
Yes, we had a conversation.
I will never die. Los Angeles says Nick Aldis doesn't have much to tell him except that Logan Paul isn't here this week. And Los Angeles says that he still wants, he wants a United States title match.
I thought he was feuding with Carmelo Hayes.
Next, Carmelo Hayes walks in. And Carmelo Hayes says...
They really do read like a porno script. Then Carmelo Hayes walks in.
Carmelo says, why would LA want to face you when a first-round draft pick is standing right here? And LA Knight says, well, if I faced myself, I'd be looking in the mirror. You're talking about Logan, right? Let's get it right. Get your names right. That was funny. They're setting up some kind of combo with Carmelo Hayes, Logan Paul. And
yeah.
That's where this is going.
Because they can't just do straight singles matches because those are more fun.
Correct. This was a straight singles match, which is Apollo Crews versus a full-ass interest Andrade El Idolo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I step up from his most recent match, which was a speed match against Carl Anderson.
Yeah. He got a new, I think it's a new theme song. Got a new Tron. They're really focusing on the mask. He's wearing the mask.
Is Ashley Flair back? Showing up backstage or something?
She's got to be, right? So Apollo Crews is already in the ring. He doesn't get an entrance. Song's fine. They do show earlier in the show when Andrade shows up, Angel Garza's trying to recruit him into Legado del Fantasma, and he says no.
Apollo Crews would be super good in TNA.
Yeah.
He's got like that body type too that they love.
Look at Moose.
Yeah.
You know,
like thick dude. Doesn't have to be super tall because it's TNA.
Powerful
and,
motherfucker.
Can do a bunch of amazing moves.
This little, and he can go.
Yeah, I love him.
He was one of the first guys in NXT when they got him, when they were raiding the Indies. I'm like, oh, this guy's going to be...
Remember like backbreakers he was doing? It was like Roddy Strong, but he was built like a horse.
He's short, right?
Yeah, he's short, but like...
Huggish. Match was fine. There's really nothing special. Angel Garza does come out at some point and distracts Andrade.
Of course, got to be a distraction.
Well, he does it. He's trying to distract Apollo Crews, but he ends up catching Andrade's eye. Which...
I think Nick Aldis and Postman Pierce should, instead of worrying about matchmaking so much, work on the giant problem of people constantly coming down during the matches and interfering and like jading and stuff.
Yeah. Also, let's keep the Hispanic guys apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back to this bullshit.
Yeah, we are. They just get sucked into no matter what. Because it seemed like they were kind of trying to, and then whirlwind comes, and nope, they're all back together.
All back together. There's let's see, Angel Garza distracts Apollo Crews from the apron, and then Andrade does that big boot back elbow combo.
The best move that he has. One of the coolest ones.
Amazing. But the finish was he did the message for the W.
I don't like the message.
Hammerlock DDT is 50,000 times better. The big boot back elbow.
Hammerlock DDT looks like it could kill someone.
Yes.
That's in a good way.
Anybody could take it. I don't know why he stopped. After the match, all of Legado del Fantasma's on the ramp, and then Andrade just kind of walks right through him.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Like Andrade. So Andrade gets a little time on TV only to be sucked into the Latino World Order.
No, they're on Raw.
The whole thing. They're all the Latinos. Like Damian Priest is the only one that has escaped. It's because he's 6'8" or whatever he is.
It's because he made Bad Bunny look amazing.
He's got a big, deep voice.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny made Bad Bunny look amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Backstage, we have the Bloodline. So it's the four of them. Tona, Toa Vailoa, Tonga, Come on, I want to lay
Terry, Tolbert.
Similar. It's like a faction of four guys named Greg.
Yeah.
Which Greg is it?
I know the real names too, and they're like Samoan names, so they should just use those names.
No, Tonga, Loa, Sola, and Paul Heyman.
and the Wiseman.
Paul One of these Heyman. Things is not like, it's like an SAT question. Which one does not belong? Paul Heyman says, he's talking to Solo, I've been doing a lot of thinking about this, a lot of introspection about how I can better serve you while you're in charge. And with Roman as our tribal chief, there's a lot of violence in the bloodline. But that was to preserve the family, to preserve everything the bloodline was working for. And before Roman ever said yes to an act of violence, there was a lot of counsel from the wise man. I see you are recruiting some very violent men into the bloodline, and all I see are random acts of violence. But I
saw this bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. But I don't see any strategy at all, because the strategy has to be when Roman comes back, we have Cody Rhodes in check. So, playbook, smart man.
Yep.
Solo says, wise man, we got Cody Rhodes in check, and he doesn't even know it. So Paul Heyman says, let me ask you a question. All due respect, who's we? And then Kevin Owens' music hits.
Always a good thing. I said always a good thing.
Solo says, we got a strategy. You better go out and fix this. So then before that happens, we get a backstage, a little brief segment. Apollo Crews is just beating up Angel Garza in the locker room, yelling, tell him to stay out of my business.
All right.
Which, not until he did it occur to me, why doesn't everyone do this?
I don't know. Like, yeah, so if somebody's messing with my work,
yeah,
like I'm gonna make less money and my family's gonna, I would attack them then and be like, I'm gonna kill you.
Like, they all share a locker room.
They just take it. They're supposed to be all badass fighters too, and they're all like, I guess I'll get it next
time. Shucks. So we go back in ring. We have Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens says he made his return all the way to Saudi to make sure that he had Randy Orton's back and to make sure the bloodline wouldn't ruin his chances at King of the Ring.
Randy Orton didn't need Kevin Owens.
Certainly did not.
In Saudi.
He did say Randy Orton didn't win, and he didn't really lose because his shoulder was fucking 9 feet off.
No, he didn't get pinned.
No. Randy Orton's not here tonight, but he knows but Kevin Owens knows the bloodline is here. And then Paul Heyman comes out. Says, I have served for almost 4 years as special counsel and the wise man to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And in his absence, I serve as the wise man for Solo and the bloodline.
This bloodline should change their name to the P line or tears line or some other fluid in the body line, because it's not the bloodline anymore.
Well, that's why it's upsetting everybody, because we know what it was.
No, and I actually do like it. Because Roman thinks it's going to be great. I'm just making a joke.
It's when Scar took over
in
the Lion King. It's exactly what's happening. It is within the capacity, Kevin Owens.
Now I'm seeing Roman Reigns in the clouds in my mind.
Yeah.
Simba.
Everything the light touches is do.
You guys must make a podcast. Okay. Roman Reigns.
Kind of want to overdub his theme song to the intro of the movie instead of Circle of Life. Because it's got that big gong.
Yeah, it's great.
It works.
It's one of the few WWE themes I listen to in my car.
Yeah. Oh, we've covered this.
Yeah.
I did a stupid bit last time we talked about it. That's why I haven't brought it up since. I tried to, when you keep talking and you hope something happens, that was one of the instances.
You start and you think, I'm going to get to something from this.
I tried real hard. I'm like, it's abort. Heyman says, it is within that capacity, Kevin Owens, that I come out here tonight to talk to you, man to man, professional to professional, father to father, as I think there is a mutual interest at the moment that I'm hoping I can serve. We got the "We Want Roman" chants.
When he said "father to father," I hope that Christian's music would.
I don't think there's a person in this arena that wasn't that wants Roman here more than I do, and here's why. You keep calling out Solo's name. Roman Reigns had and has great respect for you, and anything that you went through with Roman Reigns was because of how much he respected and admired you, and I dare say acknowledged you as a true threat to his championship. Putting over Owens here. Mm-hmm. Solo has no respect for you, and he's
really, in truth, he had like probably the closest matches to beating him. A few times, like over 5 years. Yeah, like a bunch of them. So
I agree. Every time they wrestled, it was like, man, maybe this time
should have done it.
Maybe next time.
Should have done it one of those times.
Yeah. Solo has no respect for you, and he is recruiting these criminals into the bloodline. Roman Reigns and.
Did Kevin Owens say, you have no respect for me? You're like 2-78.
No, but he's
I'm like
leader.
A 3-time champ. You're 2-78.
No, he's the leader. He's the leader of the group. Roman Reigns and I, turned down every new member of the bloodline because we did background checks on them. We didn't want these people in the bloodline representing the bloodline. These are the people that you're picking a fight with, Kevin. These are the people that you're antagonizing. These are the people that they're not even people. They're just bloodthirsty, sadistic thugs. They're not looking for a reason to take you out. They're looking for an excuse. They're looking for an excuse to take you out, and that's bad for WWE. I like you in WWE. They love you in WWE. They being the crowd, and they go fucking nuts. And if it's you, and if you keep on calling Solo's name, they're going to do something really bad about it. I'm asking you. I'm pleading with you, Kevin Owens. Please, I'm begging you, back off, please. Kevin Owens doesn't believe Paul Heyman's helping him, especially based on the last few years.
Why would anyone believe that Paul Heyman's helping him?
Nope. He said he's not falling for it. Kevin Owens thinks it's all Paul Heyman.
Deadpool of wrestling.
He's like, what's your MO? Paul Heyman went from Brock to Roman to Solo to his next cash cow.
Punk 2.
Punk 2.
And Mr. Perfect Son.
Curtis Saxon and Ryback.
Ryback.
Kevin Owens said he fought the bloodline for 4 years and he's still standing, and that was the bloodline with the Usos, guys he respects. The new guys he doesn't respect. No one wants them here. He wants them out of his world. Kevin Owens then rejects Paul Heyman's offer for help. Paul Heyman's very angry that apparently a man can't redeem himself. Everyone can, but apparently not Paul Heyman. And he asks why Kevin Owens won't listen to the Hall of Fame wise man and accept his help. And he's pissed at this point. He accidentally swings his arms and he hits Kevin Owens in the chest with his microphone. And then Paul Heyman gets that
the classic Paul Heyman oh no face.
Yeah. Kevin Owens drops his mic to attack. This is when the bloodline comes out, and they run to the ring, and then the Street Profits make the save. So
they're doing stuff.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So,
not just like in the crowd.
Like I knew. I heard you earlier, and I'm like, he's going to be excited about this. So they do another slow motion commercial. To commercial.
Because of the slow motion stuff, I'm actually going to watch the show. I'm going to go back and watch a show that we've already done now for the first time. Because I want to see it, because it's cool.
Even if you catch one. This match was fine. It was the Street Profits with B-Fab versus Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa.
Yeah. Those two are not as good as the Street Profits.
14 minutes, 21 seconds. They are... So the commentary's hyping the IWPG tag title pedigree of the Bloodline guys, which I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Talk about other companies. Says they're dangerous, which is why WWE has been avoiding them.
Did you see they said like AE on NXT before the other guys showed up? When Ethan Page showed up?
God forbid. Yeah. We acknowledge actual...
Everybody should just say it. We all know. We're all wrestling fans. Like,
it's more fun for everybody. Also, too, you probably get more social media numbers if you acknowledge other companies.
Yes,
so, like, come on, business. But I do like that they're
doing a little bit, like with other country promotions and smaller promotions.
Yeah, absolutely. And just like saying, like, oh, these guys are specifically to Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. These guys are dangerous. We kept them out, and then Solo cracked the door to let them in, kind of thing. The match, Tama Tonga's. I don't know if he works brutally or if he's stiff as fuck, but like he He's convincing.
He's a stiff. He was a stiff worker in Japan.
Is he
so.
stiff?
He
Actually stiff?
He was stiff to the point where I think some people thought he was a little reckless. But
because he works like I'm like he can't be this stiff all the time. But whatever.
I mean, his reputation in Japan was not as a great worker, but as a stiff worker.
Yeah. Okay. My two notes were Angelo Dawkins gets a hot tag and continues proving why he's the best wrestler in the company and the world because he just looks fucking perfect
He's
at
amazing.
everything he does. And then they do the Doomsday Blockbuster, which I love it.
It's a great move. I like that Angelo's he doesn't have to be like super ripped either, and he's very strong, like natural strength.
Yeah.
Like he's just a born strong guy.
And he looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Their gear was dope. They had like Louis Vuitton kind of gear
Oh,
on
nice.
today.
If they're going to keep doing the Street Profits, they should have had a singles run, both of them at this point. But if they're doing the Street Profits thing, why don't they keep doing the Solo Cup, like do the right thing that we're doing before? Because that's a gimmick.
Yeah.
Now they're just like two black guys.
Yeah.
Like let them. If they're called the Street Profits, that whole thing is like you're at a block party and you're holding court. Like that's what their thing.
Right.
Do something with that.
Angelo forgets sometimes, and when they come out, he'll still do the stir thing.
The stir, yeah.
He doesn't do it all the time.
I don't think he forgets. I think he's like, why don't you fucking guys give us something like this instead of randomly fighting nonsense people without any real feuds.
Well, our gimmick could be we could be Red Solo Cup guys, or we can be the greatest wrestlers on the planet, and they chose the latter.
Yeah, I think they should do it individually.
Yeah. So the finish had
I'm sorry,
you're fine.
But if Trick Williams is going to have success as a single star before Angelo Dawkins or Montez Ford, this world is not a fair place.
They still have to put Montez and Bianca together. They still have to turn all of these guys heel at some point.
Why do you think they have to?
Because I think I think that's how you skyrocket all four of them to.
I mean, I do think Montez is a more natural heel.
Yeah,
than Angelo.
It kicks all four because they're this good as faces, all four of them. And I'm talking about Bianca, Jade, and then the Street Profits.
Bianca Jade on Raw again was like I loved the babyface match they had because they had tough opponents. Mm-hmm. And I admit when I'm wrong, I didn't think they'd be able to do this, and they're doing it.
It's keeping them in peril, baby. But I think there's so much more upside potential, and I think there's main event caliber potential if you turn and make all four of them heels.
But then it'd be like insinuating that Jade is like with Angelo Dawkins, and then Jade's professional baseball player husband, Brandon Phillips, would start a fight with your favorite wrestler.
I don't think so.
With the baseball bat, probably.
Because Montez and
I'm just being stupid.
No, I'm going to play along. They have a TV show, so everyone knows that. Yeah, you should know that.
Is it Match and Meal?
Match? No. Oh, did they make more of those?
I've only seen the one so far, but I don't know if they put more up. The one I saw was fantastic.
Yeah, I hope they put more up and are just really terrible at advertising like usual. And
it's a show on TV. I saw it like on Reddit because they posted it on their YouTube channel or whatever. Because Tony Khan doesn't care about any of that stuff.
No,
he's just like, put it wherever. I just want people to see.
Yeah. Well, he has bottomless money, and so he just makes it
exactly.
Try this for a little while, and not promote it, and God forbid we give something legs to make.
Oh,
people
sorry,
more money.
you missed your favorite wrestler. I don't know. Well.
Yeah, fuck off. The ending of the match had Tonga Loa sneaks a tag to Tama Tonga, and then Montez Ford hits a splash, his fucking frog splash
the crazy
on
frog.
Tonga Loa. Doesn't know that Tama Tonga got tagged in. Tama Tonga sneaks in, hits a flatliner, and wins the match. Yep, Bloodline staying strong.
Street Profits lost, huh?
Yeah, Street Profits lost.
Two much lesser wrestlers.
Much lesser wrestlers with not as good characters or upside potential. Yeah. No, you're right. Backstage.
Oh, and they're like 10 years older than both the Street Profits.
That's correct. That is correct. They're wiser.
They're wise enough to go like Blanca.
Yeah. Velociraptors are better characters than super athletes who wear Louis Vuitton.
And are funny and do incredible athletic feats all the time.
I'm glad we're on the same page with this one. Backstage, we had Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. They're walking in, and then Indy Hartwell comes out of nowhere, and she says Candice LeRae's stuck at home because
Indy Hartwell herself.
They attacked her knee, so she's stuck at home. The way she said it too, she made it. She was making it sound like Candice LeRae had like a real like injury, and she's like, Candice LeRae couldn't be here because she's at home because her knee hurts. And I'm like, oh, phew.
Indy Hartwell should be stuck on a giant glue trap, like a rat glue trap that they laid out, and then she got stuck to it, and she's like, oh no, I can't get into my match. We'll have to have a replacement.
Holy shit. You're Don't watch the shows anymore.
That's the thing. I didn't watch the show, so I'm like, all right, here we go.
You got time to improv a little. Bianca says that Candice LeRae attacked her knee first, so meh.
And like, we're fucking wrestlers. We attack all of our joints and shit.
Deal with it. Bianca's like, she started it, I finished it.
She didn't shoot her in the knee. She just used the move. Like,
she did a wrestling hold. Everybody drops everybody on their fucking head, and they're like, you really hurt me. It's like, shit. So Jade Cargill challenges Indy Hartwell one-on-one since Candice is not there, and Indy Hartwell backs the fuck off.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did Jade like reach out and grab her head and just smash it?
Lightning bolts shot out of her fingers, and then she called the X-wing because we can't have that too on the fucking nose with her, right? She's too stormy for my liking. Yeah. A little too stormy. I love her, but like
I preferred when because she did the stormy thing in AEW too, but then I liked it better when she would like on a pay-per-view cosplay something else.
Yeah.
Like Chitara from Thundercats that one time, and I was like, that looked good.
Yeah.
And she was like She-Hulk. Yeah. I like the variety.
When she was,
you don't have to be Storm because you're a strong black woman.
She should be Ruth Bader Ginsburg in her next pay-per-view. Just a pencil skirt and a judge's robe. Ha! Beat that one. Backstage, we have Kayla Braxton with Michin.
Shirley from What's Happening.
Michin Sully. We have Michin backstage with Kayla Braxton.
It sounds like a Japanese dessert food.
Michin.
Like a little rubbery kind of fruit thing.
Yeah.
That
Do you ever have purple ice cream?
It's very popular in the Philippines, and I don't like it.
It's like super amazing.
It's a root. It's very popular. My wife loves it. My daughter loves it. I just don't like it. Yeah. That's a very popular ingredient in a lot of stuff in the Philippines. It's just one of those things that cilantro is for some people.
Tastes like soap for some people.
Yeah, it is. I think I have a genetic thing with the
soap thing. Huh?
That it's like LaCroix too. When I taste the LaCroix, not only is it bad to me, I can't understand how anybody would think it's safe to drink.
Yeah.
Because it tastes like acid or something.
Yeah.
So I think there's got to be kind of a thing in my mouth genetically.
I worked at Groupon briefly, and that was clearly a job you got out of college.
Yeah.
Because it appealed to like all these hipster kids, right? And I'm taking like the tour, like they're trying to get me to accept it, and I am not older. Or I am not college age. I'm slightly older. And
we can go to college at any age we want.
Sure.
I can go back to college right now. I'm just derailing you to be a dick. Go ahead.
No, you're doing great. So they bring me into the kitchen area, and they're like, anything in this fridge? You can have as much as you want. And it's a fridge full of LaCroix. And I think LaCroix is fucking trash.
That is.
It makes me so distended.
Nice. It's the worst shit ever. I'm so tired of people telling me how great it is.
It's not good.
It's garbage.
It makes me feel terrible. And then I don't think it's good for you at all.
I can't. For me, it can't be because it tastes like poison.
Yeah.
I think the cans are ugly too.
Miss her, kiss her, love her. LaCroix is poison.
They've sucked forever. I think everybody hates it, but they think like everybody else says they love it, so they need to feel cool and like included. And well, I like pamplemousse too, and like I don't.
Yeah, but just a big button smile.
Like people that drink Malort. Oh, everybody like Malort. No, you fucking don't.
Nobody like. You've met someone that said they like Malort.
Oh yeah. People, yeah.
No, delete their phone number.
I mean, I'm not friends, but like in my bar days, I definitely was around people that were like, no, I just acquired taste, bro. You just haven't no. I'm like, tastes like a spoiled mushroom.
No. It's like when I meet a guy my age, he's like, I just like to clean the house and put some jazz on. I'm like, I don't know you anymore.
Oh, God.
Who just puts jazz?
Victoria's got friends that their dads are younger than me, and they listen to like jazz quartets. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
It's fun. If you watch Whiplash, you ever see the movie?
Love Whiplash. Right? Yeah, that's amazing.
That's fun.
But I'm not talking about like Charlie Parker. I'm talking about like, old guy music. And they're younger than me. I don't like, I grew up with like, Green Day. We talk about like you should be listening to that stuff too. When do you turn into jazz like quartet guy.
There's just, and that's anything. That's like if people watch a certain type of movie or any type of art, music, pro wrestling, like where you're just like, there's certain levels where you're just like, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
You
think you're better than me for some reason.
Yeah.
Because
you think that rock music is lesser than or something?
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, your eyes are too close together.
Trying to think of more lyrics for Poison. I play it every weekend, but I don't know the words. I know the bass line, but I don't know the words. So anyway, Kayla Braxton is asking Michin her thoughts on what AJ's potential retirement because she's a member of the OC.
I watch this every week. I cannot for the life of me picture what Kayla Braxton or Michin look like.
Mrs. Keith Lee.
It's like, okay. Yeah. I know her by a different name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she's the hell was her other name? Mia Yim?
Mia Yim.
Yeah. And Kayla Braxton has always been Kayla Braxton. So before she can answer, Nia Jax interrupts.
Oh, no. Are you guys in my pie room? You're not touching my pies, are you? They have to be kept at a very particular temperature.
So
I have very particular tastes.
So Michin recoils and tries to not move. When
I would recoil too.
When she sees
right now,
she sees that Nia Jax is staring at her holding a plate of blueberry pie. Kayla Braxton is scampered off, dropping her plate of pie.
Oh, that might be safety. Worse. Like you ruined pie.
Kayla Braxton had a French silk pie, so a little bit got on the floor. That's unsalvageable. It's not like we can't pick up the blueberry. It's just fucking pudding on the floor.
Yeah.
No. French silk
I'll
pie.
eat your body, too.
If it's made of pie.
To get to the pie.
That's funny.
If you turned your back, I would eat through your back to get to the pie.
Just to get to the pie in the stomach?
It's delicious still. I don't care.
Up next, we had Naomi and Bayley versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Won 8 minutes, 28 seconds.
It sounds like it could be good.
Yeah, this was fun.
Okay.
And Naomi just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
I didn't have a ton of notes. I just actually enjoyed watching it because
I think maybe she was just rusty.
Yeah, that's coming over from TNA, different style.
When you were like initially saying it, I kept thinking about more previous Naomi. Yeah. I think like went down. I'm like, she was really good then. Why? But then she was moving kind of slow. I think she just
she kicked it up.
And Saraya too. Like you go away for a while, it takes some time to get back.
Absolutely. I love watching Naomi wrestle now. I think she looks better. I think she
I was a big fan of her back in the day.
Leaned up or something. I don't know what the fuck she did, but I'm like, oh, Naomi's on TV. I'm excited.
I don't know. Leaned up is the way I would. She's kind of yokes.
She did something.
Definitely body change.
Body's changed somehow.
I don't know if I would say lean. Like she got more
tone,
powerful looking. Yeah, tone.
Yeah,
tone would be the right.
That's what I meant by lean. Yeah, like she doesn't look smaller. She just looks more like her clothes fit better.
Yeah,
yeah. All positive things.
Yeah.
I'm a Naomi fan.
Especially the wrestling.
The finish was Chelsea Green tried her unprettier. It was reversed into a rear view from Naomi. And then Naomi's covering Chelsea, and Piper Niven sentons both of them.
Goddamn. Piper Niven rules.
Knocks both of them out. And she drags Chelsea Green on top of Naomi, and that is the end of the match.
Man. And they have Nia Jax getting a world title shot.
I enjoyed the shit out of that finish.
That sounds like an awesome monster thing. I wish she still went by Viper because that was cool. But when you have that, it just makes the other thing look so much worse because they are not good or strong.
That's why Nia Jax is such a good heel, because you do have a alternate, better version, and it makes you like, why can't we have that there? And it's upsetting.
But Piper Niven's a heel too.
But she's like an enjoyable heel. I don't want to cheer against her.
Nia Jax, I don't think is a heel. I think she's a bad performer, and she shouldn't have a spot on the roster.
Yeah.
She's playing a heel, but she's shitty at that too. She's just not good. If you put me on SmackDown, people would hate me, but it wouldn't be because I was a heel, because I can't wrestle.
Yeah. But that's...
And it wouldn't be like, oh, he's getting good heat. And it would be like, why'd you take a random fucking podcaster and put him on SmackDown?
I think she's doing good shit with the capability she has to get you to not like her. to get you to not like her, for real. I think.
Oh, so taking a spot from somebody else because you're related to a famous person.
Yeah, and you're not a great worker, and you're getting pushed to the moon, and you're not a good promo. She's doing a bunch of shit to make me not like her.
But it's making the show worse.
Well, yeah. But
like a good heel can make you actually hate them, but also not make the show worse. She makes the show worse.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And she's like one of the few things that like I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like almost everything else is improved.
That's fair. Yeah, that is fair. Backstage, we have AJ Styles walking. LA Knight appears, and he says, if the rumors are true, respect. He continues walking, runs into Cody Rhodes. They shake hands, and AJ gets real close. Says something into Cody Rhodes' ear. Keeps walking. And he runs into the Good Brothers.
It's the same thing that Trent told, who was it? Was it the interviewer you couldn't, you didn't recognize?
I don't recognize any of their fucking
Lexi Nair. You recognize one for sure.
Yeah.
I
don't know their names.
Lexi Nair. When he first turned heel, and he was like,
and then
they never came back to it.
Cody Rhodes, he gets in Cody Rhodes' ears and goes, rubber baby Bobby. Purple monkey dishwasher. He keeps walking. He sees the Good Brothers and says to them, "It's only right."
They're still like touring and stuff.
Oh yeah, they're on the show.
I mean, I know Carl Anderson on Speed, but like I didn't know they were like still.
No,
are they the OC still?
Yeah. Because
I fast forward through a lot of SmackDown every week.
So when they interviewed Meechin earlier, they said, "What do you think is going on?" Because you're a member of the OC, so so that it's still a thing. So AJ says it's only right if they're out there with him tonight. So
he's doing his salmon-colored suit move.
Blue suit.
All right.
Yeah. So AJ comes out with
blue like punch drunk love blue, like light blue. I picture him wearing one of those,
like a less vibrant baby blue. It's like a barely
so
blue.
It's not that far off of the punch drunk love blue.
Yep. Comes out with the Good Brothers.
He should have talked to Ricochet about it.
I would have loved if he
haberdashery
came out.
nicer.
Yeah, Ricochet. Actually, there's a lot of very fucking Pete Dunne under appreciated dress around that roster.
Really?
My God, did that son of a bitch used to dress well. He's not doing backstage shit anymore, but like in NXT, he would always have like. He's one of the guys that like wore suits with no sock. Like,
Like
right there,
it looks
fashion.
cool. Yeah.
I would have loved if they put his old theme music on for this, but they played the new one. So I was like,
that sucks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
AJ says, I got to tell you, he's in the ring now. I've been thinking about what Nick Aldis said over the past week. I dwelled on it. If I want another opportunity at Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship, I would have to go to the back of the line. He's doing his job. I understand that. And I dwelled on this. I thought about this all week. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just can't do that at this point in time in my career. At this point in time in my life, I just can't do that. I have been doing this for over 2 decades. I've been busting my body in these rings. Blood, sweat, tears, all over the world. You better believe it. So
I don't know if I've ever seen him bleed.
No.
In any promotion.
Nope. No.
It's official. He's never bled.
No. We've put the no blood official stamp on it.
I can't even think of like super short hair TNA AJ bleeding.
No.
And some of those like reckless matches that almost killed Daphne.
Now we have a homework assignment. Subscribers to the Patreon.
Does AJ Styles bleed?
Send us video clips of AJ Styles bleeding. I've been busting my body in these rings, blood, sweat, tears all over the world. You better believe it, so I could become phenomenal. But this past week, my son graduated high school, and I got to be there. We had this graduation party at my house, and it was beautiful. So many friends and family were there, and it was literally at that point, clarity hit me upside the head. How many of these have I missed? So instead of being the phenomenal AJ Styles, maybe I stay home and be a phenomenal father. And I just wrote, doesn't your income make you a phenomenal father?
It helps, probably.
He says,
plus, like your kids can be like, look at what my dad can do on TV. What can your dad do? That's not as cool as a phenomenal forearm.
Can your dad do a springboard 450?
Yeah. Did your dad invent the Styles Clash?
Yeah. You still failed geometry if your last name's Styles.
Daddy says the Earth is flat. Geometry doesn't work if the Earth is flat.
That was some quick math there. Gallows Anderson, come here. I couldn't have done this without you. I love you.
They've never helped anyone do anything their whole careers.
No. You guys are better than friends. You are my brother. So if we have to do this one last time, let's do it right. And then they do a big old 2 sweet pose and then a big group hug in the middle of the ring. But before I go, Cody, I whispered something in your ear. I asked you if you don't mind coming out here when I called you.
Can I suck your dick?
Cody, now's the time, if you don't mind, baby.
Once Cody came out and just dropped trow.
I did.
AJ just went to town.
There's one way to get a title shot that no one's discussing.
Double fisting.
I did think it's really fortunate for AJ that Cody was the last guy he saw before he came out. Because if Cody wasn't standing there,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like they planned this.
It seems like it.
Like a TV show.
I trust them, though. I'm sure they didn't.
Cody comes out, no championship, no pyro, no whoa, nothing. He just walks right to the ring.
Like Andrade, usually.
He did have a mascot. And for some reason, Charlotte Flair was with him. So AJ goes on. He says, so before I came out here to do what I got to do, I just wanted to look you in the eyes, face to face, and tell you I had one of the greatest matches I've ever had at Backlash in Lyon, France. The crowd was electric, and if I was going to have one last match, that would be it. But just so you know, this is still the house that AJ Styles built. And I called you out here to hand you the keys.
He's really quitting?
And Cody's just choking back tears. Like, he looks...
I can make Cody cry in like 3 words. He's the easiest cry ever.
You got to make him spaghetti and tell him there's no Parmesan cheese, and he'll lose his mind.
I'd be like, Cody, I had a dog once, and my dog died.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say.
I can give a dog to my mom.
He cried during the Malachi feud like 7 times or something. Like,
man, what do you think he's like watching like Marley and Me?
Oh, God. Yeah. I should show him Creed.
She show me Creed. I
want to show you Creed.
Yeah. Cody says, he doesn't say that. That was a fly. I had to shoo him away. Cody
I just kind of thought you were a little overrated.
Cody says, we have only ever exchanged one text message between each other.
That's weird.
Between each other. After that,
What you said was way too weird, so I didn't respond.
And that text message was, you up? We're in France, AJ.
You up? And then
you up?
The eggplant emoji.
And then you didn't respond, and you sent your text. I didn't respond for a while, and you sent your second text message, which was, LOL, someone stole my phone.
Just a bunch of question marks. What?
I'm going to start because I can't read. We have only ever exchanged one text message between each other. Between each other. Jesus.
It's kind of a weird way to say that.
Yeah.
Cody.
After our match at Backlash, I wanted to know if you were okay, and your response was, I'm all good, little bro. I could say a lot about the decision that you've made, but what's more important is that I say this on behalf of myself and behalf of a locker room that made that you were a big bro for. Thank you very much, AJ Styles. Drop both of the mics, drop, big hug, and then AJ's waving to the crowd, blowing them kisses. Cody Rhodes raises AJ's arms, and they're kind of going to each corner. And then AJ Styles clotheslines the living shit out of Cody Rhodes.
So salmon suit.
And then he...
when it was like when the retirement reason was like a story, that gave it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I got to go to the back of the line. Like, that's not a real retirement speech.
Because the next pay-per-view is Money in the Bank, and you can win a thing that jumps you right to the front of the line.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and also you work for a company that could be, you could just like kick in somebody's door and be like, tech you, I want a title shot. Yeah. And then they'll be like, all right, fine, SummerSlam. And then,
or you could be injured for 5 months, be a surprise comeback at a thing in January.
Yeah.
And not only get a title match, but you could be on the biggest show of the fucking year.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. So, yeah, he beats Cody to the outside, and then he takes one of the ring steps off, stands on there, gives Cody a Styles Clash off of the ring step onto the floor. Look fucking brutal.
So is it good that we're getting another AJ feud with Cody? I feel like Cody needs to move on.
They need something for him to do until The Rock comes back.
Man, that's
what they're waiting.
They're the most successful wrestling company on earth. They can't put together like 6 or 7 heels for him to face that are reasonable.
This is what who else is a big heel?
No, I agree. I'm saying that maybe they're a little overrated because you can't put together 6 or 7 heels.
Like, they got to keep them away from the bloodline because we're tired of that shit.
Yeah.
And then, so who's tied up with the bloodline? Kevin Owens. The Street Profits.
I wouldn't mind a Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes.
Don't touch anything that's in the bloodline. Mm-hmm. LA Knight, no one's going to buy that shit. There's really fucking no one.
Yeah. And whose fault is that? Tommaso Ciampa would be a
did-
fucking awesome guy if
Sure.
he was built up as a heel right now.
I mean, they did Logan Paul. He was cool.
That match would have been amazing. Well, it was an amazing match, but it would have been really amazing if they had the balls to make it title for title, because it'd be an all timer.
And then tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. Which WWE.
Which you could put Andrade in, where he could stand out. It's like
Yeah.
he did it in the tournament.
WWE does so.
They need to hire us, I think.
Yeah. We can apply there.
Yeah.
WWE has. They allow other people.
And
to
these
give
days,
ideas
you don't
to
even
the
have to suck Vince's dick to get into the front door.
No. What a story. How'd you get your job? You know Vince McMahon?
Did you ever have poop in your mouth?
Oh, 2 podcast hosts, 1 cup. So that was SmackDown.
Sounds like it was a pretty okay show.
If I didn't see Mark Henry do the same shit 80 times better before,
Yeah.
this would have been fun. I like that they had a couple through stories.
From what, I didn't say it, but from you reading, if he would have just cut out the I have to go to the back of the line thing, if he started it with the I went to my son's graduation, and that would be way more believable then.
So that was a callback to last week when he asked for another title shot, and Nick Aldis is like, yeah, but you got to get to the back of the line.
Yeah, that was bad booking then. Like, it shouldn't have been.
Right.
Like,
there is no line.
There's other. No, it's WWE. And there's other ways you can insinuate that AJ might be retiring.
Right.
And like that. That tells me that, it's a story.
Yeah.
Because
technically.
I mean, they had a great match, but like, I don't want to really watch it again. It's not going to be better than the one Leon was.
No, absolutely not. So when are they going to wrestle? Money in the Bank? Clash at the Castle?
Clash at the Castle.
Is AJ winning?
No.
Right?
Nah, Cody's too big overseas too, and no.
So what are they going to do? Is he just going to lose again?
Yeah.
I guess he's at that
so I'm
point
saying,
in his career.
he's the older dude.
Yeah.
It's Tanahashi. They couldn't have built fucking 3 months ago. You turn Montez forward heel and have him win a bunch of matches, and then you have somebody that Cody Rhodes got to have a match with that is kind of interesting and would be a really good match, and it's not something we've seen before. It's not that hard.
I'm looking at the current roster for SmackDown.
There's plenty of talented people there.
Andrade.
Yeah. How about if you actually had built Andrade from the start?
Austin Baron Corbin.
No, well, he's a babyface now.
Bobby Lashley's injured.
Who?
Yep. Grayson Waller. Dude, this is a thin fucking roster. Kevin Owens.
My answer is always Kevin Owens.
Dude, no bullshit. This is light on title
Who
contenders.
built the roster? It's their fault.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So
and they could have, the 2 or 3 people I just named, if they would have had the foresight to 3 months ago do it.
This is bad. I didn't realize how in dire straits they were. They got fucking nobody.
Oh yeah. That is the you're not Netflix giving us $5 billion.
Andrade, Angel Garza. So AJ Styles, Andrade, Angel Garza, Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah, either of those two,
and put the title on him.
Oh yeah.
And have him win.
Carry it for 2 years or something.
Put the title on him, have him win Money in the Bank, then he beats Drew McIntyre.
And actually be then the undisputed champion.
Yes.
And he could say the real undisputed champion.
Then he goes to NXT, and he fucks... Who's the fucking NXT champion? Who we got? Where are you at? Does it show NXT?
It's Trick Williams, I think.
Trick Williams.
And then he goes in an excursion and beats Jon Moxley for the IWGP, and then heads over and... takes care of Swerve, and that's it. We're all good. And then Swerve he's so amazed by him that he joins his stable with him, and then Swerve wins a secondary belt.
Yeah, this is porn for me.
It's like my 2K.
Yeah,
because I just put everybody in one Southside Pro Wrestling thing.
Yeah. So SmackDown, we're gonna see what happens, I guess. I don't know. We got a little.
I'm not excited about AJ. And
I tell you what. They got a. Is it a dual branded pay per view? Clash at the Castle. They don't do. They all are now, right?
It has to be because Drew's there.
Yeah. Well, all right. Clash at the Castle.
Are they doing all dual branded? Because that would suck.
Yeah, I think. You're right.
That's stupid. I hate that. They should just do special ones like that.
Yeah. So let's see.
Clash at the Castle, by the way, is going to kick ass just because it's in Scotland and Drew McIntyre is going to probably win the title.
Yeah.
And then it'll be amazing.
So Bailey versus Piper Niven.
That'll be great.
Drew
and Piper's Scottish.
Yeah, Drew and Damian. That's all that's been announced so far. Because and it's probably going to be AJ and Cody.
Yeah, looks like it. But I mean, just Drew winning the title, and that's enough for me. Like, they could wrestle for an hour or whatever, just because I want to see that moment.
The show's next Saturday, so like the next time we do this, we have to do predictions.
Yeah,
like, this is very light card so far.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. So yeah,
remember how great that crowd in Wales was? Imagine what Scotland's going to be like. Did you ever watch that? I used to love that indie promotion they did. They would draw like 8,000 to 10,000 people. No. The one with Grado, the guy that came out to Madonna. Life is a mystery. He got famous being a kind of a Joe character, but like Drew McIntyre. When he left WWE the first time, he went and wrestled there.
Talking about What Culture Wrestling?
No, this is in Scotland.
WCPW?
In Scotland. A bunch of the guys from that did wrestle in this. Yeah. Joe Hendry got to start there. Okay. It's awesome, but like Scottish wrestling fans are fucking maniacs. It makes Wales look like a bunch of like churchgoers.
It's foreign whites, man. It's
the audacity of the foreign whites.
They're out of control in the best way possible. Monday Night Raw was June 3rd. It was at Hershey, Pennsylvania's Giant Center.
Got good chocolate there.
They do. You ever been to Hershey World?
No, we were talking about maybe doing it this summer.
Yeah, I went. The one time I was in Hershey, I went to Hershey World.
How was it?
I had a salad with chocolate dressing. It was delicious.
Usually, like when there's a weird seeming chocolate thing, it's way better than you think it's going to be.
Good. It was cool. I definitely would recommend going. Tickets for this show estimated amount distributed were 9,176 in a 10,500 cap arena. This place was fucking butts to guts.
Well, as we just realized, the Raw clearly has the way better roster. So
this is up. They were there September of 23, and this is up from when they were there last. SmackDown was their last, but yeah, it's up 4%. No dark matches because all the dark matches happen on SmackDown, regardless of what brand.
It's got to be because of the 3-hour, 2-hour thing.
I would be pissed if I went to the show and there were dark matches in a 3-hour show.
Yeah.
Like when I went to the AEW show and there were 3 tapings in a row, and by the time Rampage was almost done, we're just like, I
love AEW. I could not have done one of those.
3 shows.
Like through the multi-tapings.
Dynamite, and then they taped Rampage.
I saw a Rampage and a Dynamite, the CM Punk MJF, and it was like I was fine because I was so amped for that match ruled, and it was so amazing that I was still like fired up. And then there were like a couple pretty good Rampage matches because it was still when Rampage was a show people watched. That was fine. Another show though, no goddamn way.
5 hours.
That's WrestleMania at the height of the worst, like bloat.
Also, too, I could sit through a WrestleMania with a properly built card and like amazing production and the biggest show of the year, but just a random fucking Rampage. I got to be there an extra 2 hours. You kidding me?
Well, at least at Rampage, you could like maybe go outside, get some air, go get some McDonald's or something if you want.
That's
come
fair.
back.
That's fair.
WrestleMania, you're kind of stuck with 100,000 people.
Yeah. Go to the bathroom. You got to walk a quarter mile to get there. So the opening of this show, we see...
bunch of people walking into the building. That's what it was.
It was Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, Braun Breaker, and the Judgment Day all walking in the building.
Bunch of wheelie suitcases. And because this is where I recognize that Braun Breaker looks like a substitute St. Lawrence teacher that coaches football.
They do the Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch recap from King and Queen of the Ring, and then their match last week. We see Damian Priest admonishing Dom last week about talking to Rhea and says he needs to fix it. We see Dom.
Maybe he should mind his own fucking business.
Damian?
Yeah,
I agree.
It's really not.
Yeah, he's overstepping.
It's like,
I mean, Dom's in a bad fucking spot.
Yeah, but it's got nothing to do with Damian. Nobody's trying to fuck you, Damian.
No, but he
except maybe Rusev's wife, I guess.
Yeah,
there's a rumor. I don't think it's really true.
So this is all
besmirch her.
Right.
I only besmirch one person.
She had a bad time. She had a little health scare there for a second.
Lost a finger almost.
Yeah. So again, more from last week. We see Dom running out during last week's cage match to help Becky, and it doesn't work. And then we see Liv kissing Dom, which I did not see. Like you said,
we talked about it. It was like it was on every country except ours.
Yeah, they couldn't get their numbers right here, so they. Commentary says the visual of the video of Dom and Liv kissing had 50+ million views on social media. As of this writing, I went on YouTube, and on YouTube it had 1.4 million views.
It's weird because, like, when they say social media, they include like TikTok, which reposts the same thing 80 times.
Sure.
So, like,
and that's the point I was going to make. 1.4 million on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, the biggest one.
So there's 48 million other views spread across TikTok and Facebook
TikTok.
and Instagram. And
I mean, like our show gets like, now we're actually getting some YouTube listens.
Yeah.
Like 20, 30.
Yeah.
TikTok gets like 700.
Nice.
No, because they don't engage. They just scroll through.
Yeah.
The YouTube people actually like want to listen to the show.
So it's fudgy. Nice and fudged. Liv comes out, who's getting increasingly more
Liv made me feel feelings on this show, Dave. Especially when she got a little mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, why all of a sudden does I have to turn the air conditioner on? It's a little warm in here. So Liv gets in the ring, says, "Welcome to the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. They say that revenge is never as sweet as you think it's going to be when you finally get it, but not for me."
I bet you it's pretty sweet for some people.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody.
Like when Dan Henderson knocked out Michael Bisping and then punched him again when he was on the ground and he did a big snore thing because he talked shit at him for like 3 months straight. I bet he felt pretty good about that revenge.
Not as good as the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. She says, first, I did what no women in this division could do, and that is take out Rhea Ripley. But then I became your new women's world champion. But that's not all, because then I put Becky Lynch into early retirement.
And then I made Dom eat my ass.
Do you want to know what the cherry on top of it all was, though? Do you want to know? Kissing Dominic Mysterio. You guys all know what I'm talking about. Last week, you all saw the video. Over 40 million views in less than 24. And then Dominic Mysterio music.
By the way, I think that means that your guess at what was going on was true. Like, that's why they didn't show it, so that they could make it viral.
Yeah.
Because they referenced it so many times on Raw.
Yeah, it makes sense. Didn't get any more love than a lot of, like, because I was looking at kind of 3 videos before, three videos behind that one. It's all relevant, same ballpark.
Yeah.
I
did,
but
like
a shitload of views on these.
When it happened, I do remember seeing it at 2 different like websites and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so.
No, it's marketing.
It was out there.
Just,
yeah.
You know. So Dominic comes out, and so we're supposed to be like, I think, sympathizing with this guy at this.
That he's gonna get to have a 3-way with his two dominant, awesome,
I can't
hot
decide what I
ladies.
feel about so the crowd's booing the shit out. They're doing their usual Dominic.
You cannot tell me that like Rhea and Liv won't be kind to each other too if they all kind of.
Yeah, it's not. I mean,
it's gonna be fine for all of them. I think.
Liv is not interested in him remotely.
No,
she's playing him.
Feuding,
like
but
fiddle.
like
there will be
that's fine.
There will be no 3-way.
You can be a you could be a component still. Maybe not the focus.
No, just in his cuck chair, just a little stool with his dunce cap on.
I mean, he's the sub, right? That's kind of what he's supposed to be doing.
Yes, that's correct.
He's probably into that.
That's correct. You got to start writing smut. So Dominic says, "Liv, I don't know what kind of game you think you're playing." And there's booing and you suck chants. And she says, "Mommy isn't playing the same game, and when she comes back, she's gonna kill you." And Liv, well, maybe, but she's probably gonna kill you too. Loved it.
That was when I was like, I like Liv Morgan.
I was telling you before we recorded that, like, I know people with this attitude, or I used to, like when I was younger. And I'm like, oh, I know the feeling.
You're terrible for me. Just come here.
And she says, "Do you know what, though? I promise I'll make it all worth it." And she's walking toward and backing Dominic into the corner slowly. She says, "Dom, how long are you going to keep lying to yourself? You didn't come out to the ring last week to help Becky. You came out so you could be closer to me. And that's okay, because I meant what I said when I said I want to take everything away from Rhea Ripley, and that includes you." And she starts rubbing his hair, like his side.
Dom's real life wife must be a goddamn saint, by the way.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah. Who just got married, like within a couple months ago. Finn Balor comes out to the ring.
He is the most wholesome. He's in a Judgment Day, which is supposed to be like evil bad guy. Yeah. Like, he's like, all he ever does is try to help his friends and like bring in other members that like use a hand from us and stuff, and then save his friends in the group from doing things they shouldn't do. Like, he's 100% a babyface and has been for a long time.
He's impossible to dislike.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, wow, what a good guy.
He's a good friend. Like
I do have friends like this.
Yeah.
What am I saying?
I would definitely confront Liv Morgan for you.
Oh, thanks, pal. Put your Tyler Durden robe on. Finn Balor says, "Back off. This has been enough."
Ooh, I see I influence you.
He doesn't want anything to do with you. In fact, none of the Judgment Day do.
Get me some courage, babe. Gotta get us.
Back harlot.
And that white sweater thing we talked about.
Liv Morgan says, well, what if I don't want to go? And I'm like, oh, stop saying all the right things. Also, I wrote flashback to a show I had when I was cornered on a stage by a drunk girl who wouldn't. I had to call security. I remember this happened to me once. But most importantly, what if he doesn't want me to go? She goes, but okay, I'll go for now. Liv Morgan leaves she gets on the apron, and then before she goes on, she's playing with Dom's hair more, and then she takes off, and she's just grinning like, I got this fucker in the palm of my hand.
Yeah.
What a dope-ass character that I don't recall seeing in wrestling ever.
No, and like I didn't know that she had those acting chops either.
Super realistic. like this is like high school.
It had me feeling feelings.
This is small-town drama shit, like that everybody has seen, right?
Like she wasn't even a very good promo like a year ago.
No.
And now she's doing like high-level acting.
Well, she got injured, didn't tell anyone she went to Japan, and just became a super worker.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. They went to the same like cocoon thing that Jack Perry. Like,
yes,
they both came out, and then were like different people.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Because
Backstage, we have Sheamus and Jackie Redmond. Sheamus is thinking there may be more to Ludwig Kaiser than him just being Gunther's sidekick.
There is. He has a very long neck.
Which is a fetish of Tiffany Stratton that nobody knew about.
She loved Merton Hanks. Football guy.
Gotcha.
Famous for having a super long neck.
Sheamus has been in WWE for 15 years, he says, and the only way to get Sheamus' respect is to put on banger after banger after banger after banger.
You didn't do that for most of your 15 years. I mean, I'm always a fan,
after
but
banger after banger. After
I feel like he says it that many times.
After banger, after banger, after banger, after banger, after banger, and then he goes to the ring, and he
does the kneecap.
Has this old music been back for a while?
I'm glad. I like it was a nice little nostalgia Lobsterhead thing. I'm glad he's back to like tough guy music because Lobsterhead
it's Lobsterhead again.
Oh, I thought it was a rock music thing
Both.
here.
It's he does like when it gets real bright. It's like the tag team with Cesaro music.
Yeah.
And then it's a shame.
Like the shameful thing, Lobsterhead makes me think of like Daniel Bryan. That was cool. Like but like the other music's better for his character currently.
Yeah. Lobsterhead is back.
Yeah. He does have that, but he's more of a tough guy.
Yeah. After banger.
After banger.
Got
that one.
After banger.
Latched onto that one catchphrase.
Banger.
Really, really, really like saying it.
Which one?
Banger.
After banger.
After banger.
After banger. After banger.
After banger.
After banger.
That's what
I'm gonna mutter that to myself like a mental institution patient on the way home. Banger. After banger.
That's Sheamus' character basically. Maybe get a job for WWE.
Ludwig Kaiser attacked Sheamus' knee during his entrance, and the refs and the agents
wrapped his neck around his leg. Yeah. Snake.
The match was fun. 13 minutes, 44 seconds.
It was a good match.
Match was good. They chopped the fuck out of each other.
I was like, okay, Sheamus is officially back to form.
Yeah, he looked great. Ludwig's focusing on the right knee. A lot of knee shit in wrestling. Yeah. I think we said that last week too.
It's a good thing to focus on. It's like the weakest point of our bodies. So, Ludwig was hitting hard.
Sheamus was bleeding.
He was like bleeding all over, like his body welting up.
Yeah, he beat the fuck out of him. This always looks brutal, and I don't know how you don't like hurt somebody for real. So Ludwig put Sheamus's right knee, so Sheamus is standing, and he bends his knee and puts like the top of his foot, which is now facing the ground, on the middle rope, and then Ludwig Kaiser jumps, and he lands on the.
That should break bones in your foot. It should break bones in your foot.
It should tear everything in your knee as well.
Yeah.
And
it's like a heel hook, just a different way.
Yeah, and he just caught up in the ropes, and so once he does that, Sheamus collapses, and the ref asks if he wants him to stop the match. I'm like, oh, good. Yeah. Realism here.
I like that.
Without having to have a fucking fake seizure. This is something I can not be terrified about.
Gotta say, though, I am a fan of it. I'm a fan of any selling as real as it gets.
Yeah. I just don't want to not have a good time. The match was just...
Sometimes I want to have a bad time.
After banger. It was a Sheamus match.
A good one, though.
Great.
It's not just a Sheamus match because it's been a bunch of crappy ones.
Right.
And he was fat.
No, but usually
now it's back to a good Sheamus.
Yeah. Well, we're noticing a cadence
notable.
here. If a guy goes away for a long time, a guy or a gal leaves for a while, we just got to give him a little bit of a grace period to get back to form. And
unless you're MJF and you come and do a perfect brainbuster immediately.
Banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. Banger, 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 banger. Banger.
Banger, banger, banger.
It works on everything. The finish saw Sheamus attempting a middle rope white noise. Ludwig Kaiser slips out, kicks the back of Sheamus's right knee, and then Ludwig Kaiser rolls up Sheamus after he falls backwards. So he couldn't kick out because his knee was
too fucked up.
Too fucked up. That's the match.
And that's a roll up. I like because it's a roll up that you're using, because you damaged the part of the body.
You told the story correctly.
Essentially, it's a pinning combination.
Yeah.
They don't really do those too much in WWE, but it's that a version of that, basically. Yeah. It's more than just a stupid schoolboy. Or
and he just fell off the middle rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a lot. It made sense. Backstage, we had the Judgment Day. Damian Priest asks for an explanation. Finn Balor and Dom says it's taken care of. Dom is giving Rhea space for now, and everything is fine.
I still say Dom should be like, you fucking mind your own goddamn business.
Well, Damian Priest wants.
Don't you have better things to do?
The very next thing.
Drew McIntyre's going to kill you.
He says
a couple weeks.
Damian Priest suggests that they settle some scores tonight and remind everybody why the Judgment Day runs Monday Night Raw. They don't.
No,
they don't run.
No.
They have one
like
title.
when Rhea was there, they kind of did, but
when they had all the titles, they ran Monday Night Raw.
She did. They had the titles because she was there.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah,
but whatever Drew or CM Punk are on the show and talking, they run the show.
Yeah, where the fuck's Punk been? Come on, man.
Maybe he shaved his head.
Yeah, damn it! Did he shave his head? I gotta check.
We need to Google Street View his house right now.
It's my buddy Mike's dad with his yellow shirt on. He's there too. Backstage, we had Ricochet and Ilya Dragunov.
We gotta finish our story. What the fuck are you talking about?
Basically.
I don't understand with your 8 different pocket watches. I beat you. It's over.
He didn't have a shirt on this time because Ricochet is super taped up, ribs on both sides.
No, and Ilya was actually kind of dressed sharp.
Really? Yeah, Ilya looks great. Yeah, he looks like a timepiece model.
Yeah.
A Vogue magazine.
Yeah.
With the haircut real seals the deal.
Nephew of a czar.
Yeah, a TSAR or a CZAR?
TZ, I think, is the...
The
czar of the telestrator, Mike Fratello.
Ricochet's ribs are all taped up. Says if he can walk, he could fight. Ilya says to be careful of Braun, he's wired differently. And Ricochet says that, well, you and I are wired differently.
You do understand his finishing move is a spear that
really focuses
broke
on
you in half like a week ago.
Be a big problem. Ricochet's cool finish in their beef, but only after Ricochet smacks the fake tan off of Braun Breaker.
He does have a pretty MJF aggressive fake tan.
It's nice. Nice.
It's almost as monotone as AJ Styles dyed hair.
Yeah. That's fair. Dragon Lee versus Finn Balor was next. 8 minutes, 37 seconds.
It was like these two could definitely have a way better match than this match was.
Yeah.
But this was the match that made me think, oh, they put matches like this on Raw now. So, good match.
Yeah.
Like I was a little disappointed because the ceiling of these two is like 5 stars. Yeah. But it's just nice to have good matches on Raw.
I agree.
We didn't ever really, and now we do.
Yep. Before the match, they did a little hype promo for Dragon Lee because he's been so start-stoppy since they brought him up. So I thought this was
I don't understand that either because he was like over right away. Like his first match, he won the crowd over with his wrestling, and then they took him off TV for 8 months.
I don't know. After banger. So the match, you said the match was good. So JD McDonagh,
Dragon Lee could form a tag team with the Russian Dragon, or I'm not the Russian Dragon. What's his nickname? The Mad Dragon.
Yeah, the Mad Dragon Lee.
And then Bryan Danielson can come back under his real name.
Yeah,
American Dragon.
Holy stable.
Yeah. Pretty dope. It's been pretty dope stable.
Beats the fuck out of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yes, it would. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what they would do though?
Good trios title.
You know who the fourth guy would be? Fucking Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, probably.
And then I would hate it.
It should, it should be say hello to your mother for me. Daniel Garcia. We didn't talk about him. He did a little tiny thing on AEW. They gave him a little backstage
on Dynamite
talk. Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, he had a little tiny something. I had it in my notes.
Tell me about it.
Because my notes said, Daniel Garcia's a very handsome young man. I wouldn't have just said that without...
I didn't see it.
It was a real small thing. Let's see. let's review. If you guys haven't listened to the Dynamite Blue Thunder pods drop at the same time, when you're done with this, please go check it out. It's pretty good. Where in my notes? Okay, yeah.
What was
all I have is because he was just like a little tiny backstage thing. So I just say hello to your brother for me. Daniel Garcia is a handsome young man.
You know why I didn't fucking see it? Because it was immediately after the Blackpool Combat Club match.
Oh, I
ignored it completely.
Yeah,
I threw a.
I perked
brick.
up because I saw Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, missed him. So this Dragon Lee Finn Balor match. It's a good match. JD McDonough tries multiple attempts to distract Dragon Lee, and he finally
I would have preferred that should not be a part of it. Let them wrestle.
I agree.
And Finn, being a good-hearted guy, probably would prefer that too.
They're settling scores and reminding everybody why they're at the top of Monday Night Raw. So they have to win everything. They have to.
Yeah.
They have to. JD gets angry because Dragon Lee finally attacks him after finally catching him after multiple attempts of distracting Dragon Lee, and JD's all pissed off. He tries running into the ring. Dragon Lee, so the ref's like stopping or preventing him. Dragon Lee goes to the top. Carlito runs out and crotches Dragon Lee, and then Dragon Lee.
I feel like that's all Carlito does in the WWE.
Yeah,
I saw it this week, and I was like, I think I've seen him do that every week for about 7 months.
He's very good at it. That's cool.
He's good at that and spitting apple.
Yeah, which he doesn't do anymore.
And looking like Stevie Van Zandt from
So Dragon Lee's crotched on the top rope. Finn Balor goes over to him and he's
joke's on you. I have no testicles.
He kicks away Finn Balor and then he dives off the top rope outside to Carlito, rolls in the ring, immediately eats a shotgun dropkick and a coup de grace from Finn Balor for the W. After the match, Finn Balor and Carlito are attacking Dragon Lee, and then Braun Strowman's music hits, and he comes out with Rey Mysterio.
And that hair on his head.
Yeah.
I mentioned it before we started the show. I don't believe you that you don't understand how crazy that thing on Braun Strowman's head is.
He looks nuts.
It looks like a mental patient.
I didn't say it didn't look bad.
You played it down. You're like, I think you're making it. Like, no. He looks like a mental patient, got a hold of some clippers and just went at his head.
I think he's in that. I think he's trying to grow his hair out. I think he's in an awkward.
But he already knew
phase.
He was bald. Like he already knew that because he shaved his head.
Yeah.
Do you think the bald gets cured?
I think he's trying something. I think when it's
maybe he'll get plugs. He'll grow long enough to get the plugs.
When it's long enough and he could put it up in a ponytail, it hides the bald.
No, it does. Like Bray Wyatt always used to try to do that. It just was like braids that started way back here. You're so bald as hell.
Shawn Michaels used to do that. Like he'd put it up in a ponytail to hide the bald.
We all knew he was bald.
Yeah, but it hid the bald.
Yeah,
he's gonna start top
Braun's. You can't hide Braun's baldness because it's both here and his hairline starts here, like a samurai or something.
I see what you're seeing.
It looks
very
insane.
Uncomfortable. Also, too, he might be trying to look purposely nuts when they do this Wyatt sick shit.
Yeah.
Like he's going to look a little unbecoming.
I really want to see somebody counter Braun's choo-choo train thing by just running around the ring like 50 times until he passes out, like chasing him. Stop it!
And then he runs the other way and chases them, and then they play the Benny Hill music in the house.
Lightheaded and passes out. Yeah. And then when he goes to the hospital, they find out that he has pancreatic cancer. That's been.
It was fun. It was really fun for a second. You had to give him the big C.
Dark, there's a great range of human emotions in our
His hair sucks and he has cancer. We're going to the darkest depths here. Clash at the Castle promo. It's next week, June 15th. Next Saturday.
That'll be great.
Backstage, we have the Judgment Day with Carlito. Damian Priest is...
They sure do a lot of sketches with the Judgment Day every Raw.
It's their only character-driven group.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's the same people just talking to each other about, I need an explanation for your explanation for my explanation.
When Punk's not on the show, they got to fill time somehow, man. Damian Priest is annoyed that Strowman isn't handled yet, so Damian Priest asks Carlito to go to Adam Pearce and ask for a match versus Strowman and to handle it tonight.
Can't you do that? He's probably like 40 feet away. Just go walk over there. Yeah.
Hey,
Adam, I got a thing. Oh yeah, come here. Thanks.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we could. That's all you gotta do.
They have a no girls allowed sign outside their club.
No homers club.
Yeah, no. I forgot about that. Our Truth walks in, and Truth says that he understands what Carlito's going through, and that
getting old.
Judgment Day is like a roller coaster. So is Truth. literally and figuratively. Judgment Day is like a roller coaster. When you're down, they kick you. When you're up, they kick you. And he says those were the best days of his life.
Roller coasters kick you? They've changed over the years.
Yeah. This is our truth, though. Camera pans out, and The Miz is standing there, and The Miz says that they're tag team champs. These are the best days of his life. And the truth says The Miz doesn't understand.
These are the days.
And Miz needs to let go of the Judgment Day. It's starting to get weird.
Yeah. I told you this has run its course, and The Miz needs to not be involved.
It ran its course after they won the tag titles.
Yeah.
Like
they shouldn't have held them very long, like a day.
Should have lost the next day.
Yeah. That's a feel-good moment, and then
the only way this is
move
all
our truth on to something else.
I would like this all squared away if, like...
He could behead Miz. That would be fun.
You think so?
Yeah.
Right? Live on TV?
Yeah. Like, not even with a knife. Just twist his head until it comes all the way off.
Yeah.
Our truth is pretty jacked. I bet he could do it.
Does your conclusions go always to the darkest thing in your brain?
Today it is. I'm in that mood.
They can have ice cream together if it's full of glass. In the ring, we have Samuel Zayn. Samuel says he hasn't been back to wherever the hell they are. Philly.
Philly.
Since WrestleMania, and he invites Chad Gable out to the ring to settle things right here, right now. Alpha Academy.
And they should have settled them instead of continuing this nonsense for longer.
This wasn't bad.
Like, everything that happened was like high stress in a good way, but like the way it ended was just more, you guys were both stupid still.
Yeah, that's fair. Alpha Academy comes out.
Plus, I think they may have missed their peak and fucked it up on Otis, on the babyface turn. They could have done it and gotten a better reaction than they're gonna now when they do it, I think.
Oh, yeah. Because now
it pisses me off.
Yeah, Stockholm Syndrome's like full effect with this guy now. But anyway, the Alpha Academy comes out, sans Chad Gable, and Maxine Dupree says, "I'm sorry, Sammy. Chad said you don't deserve his time or respect tonight."
Maxine Dupree, by the way, is a better wrestler than Nia Jax. I mean, like, no joke, not at all. People talk crap about her all the time. It's just because she's super green, but she's better than Nia Jax.
You know what she does?
Because she tries.
And takes back bumps.
Yeah, exactly.
He also said that we need to redeem ourselves, and that starts with delivering this message from Chad Gable himself. And she's holding a piece of paper. All three of them just look uncomfortable, like they're in hostage situations.
Yeah, because they have been basically.
Yeah, that's been their character. Sami Zayn says she doesn't have to do this, but Maxine starts reading from Master Gable. Made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy, you really think you can turn my students against me? Ha ha. Sammy, you are living proof that my teachings can take a pathetic excuse of a human being and make them a champion. Without my help, this ring would be filled with a failure hanging around backstage pretending to be a ninja.
I mean, but Sammy keeps beating him, so like...
Yeah, well, he uses teachings to further his... He remembers.
It's like you lost like 3 times.
No, he remembers.
So you should probably not have Otis around anymore.
Just keep losing.
You lose every time.
This is like Edge of Tomorrow. Like you keep dying and respawning like, until
like
you...
a little bit better each time.
Yeah, that's what's happening here. Sammy, you are living proof that my teachings can take a pathetic excuse of a human being and make them a champion. Without my help, this ring would be full of a failure hanging around backstage pretending to be a ninja, a child who couldn't even hang onto his own Money in the Bank briefcase. He did lose it, like in a match, I think.
Yeah, I was trying to think of how when he said that.
I meant to go back and
but he didn't cash it in.
He did not cash it in. A knockoff Barbie no one wanted. I'm sure plenty would like the knockoff Barbie because she is stunning.
Yes.
And a
she looks like a model, and now she's actually learning to wrestle a little bit.
Yeah. And a whiny, disheveled mess that Gunther would have squashed. I already wiped the mat with you last time we met one-on-one, Sammy, so the only way this ends is you giving me my Intercontinental title match. Sammy.
But Sammy beat him. He beat Gunther.
But he's saying without his help, he would have been a whiny,
without him standing backstage saying, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
That's a...
He's taking credit for
Corey Feldman song. Go for it. You ever hear Go For It?
Probably. Is it during his dress up like Michael Jackson?
Oh,
era?
That's all of his songs. He's still in that. He's never left that.
He's got to be
He's going on tour with Limp Bizkit.
No, he's not.
Yeah, they're playing.
Shut the fuck up.
I shit you not.
I thought Limp Bizkit guy was making movies now. He made that John Travolta terrible
movie. Limp Bizkit is one of the largest bands on earth right now.
Really?
They're going on a U.S. tour, yeah.
I knew that nu metal was like a huge back thing with young kids now.
They just did like Gala or something.
I had no idea that they had.
Yeah, and Corey Feldman is a rabbit hole you should go down.
Oh, no, I know a lot about Corey Feldman's situation.
Ascension.
Did you ever see that?
Millennium.
Well, oh, yeah, Jesus Christ. That's actually pretty good. your impersonation there was like
I listened to
pretty close.
Ascension Millennium more than I'm ever going to admit.
Did you ever see the documentary about like all the molestation that goes on in Hollywood, and Corey Feldman like talks a bunch about what happened?
He's the one
to
that
him?
started talking about it a long time ago.
Yeah,
now
but like the documentary was like, holy Christ, it's everywhere. Bryan Singer doesn't come off looking real good in that documentary.
There's a Nickelodeon one. There's a Disney one. There's like
this was on either Max or Hulu.
Everyone's getting Nuremberg.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of rapers out in Hollywood.
Anyway.
Vince should move out there.
Where we were.
Look him up, Facto.
Oh, so Sami Zayn agrees to an Intercontinental title match at Clash at the Castle. That's it. He just had to ask for it. Sami Zayn tries to snap the three of them back out of their Stockholm Syndrome, but then Chad Gable attacks him from behind. Chad Gable Germans Sami Zayn. Then he tells Otis to punch Sami while Chad's holding him up. Otis hesitates, and then Chad Gable gets annoyed. He drops Sami Zayn, throws him down, and Chad Gable scolds Otis. He slaps him in the face. And then Akira Tozawa pulls Chad Gable away.
It'd be funny if Akira Tozawa was the guy that like ended up grabbing and doing like a fisherman's buster or something on Gable.
And the crowd just like,
what the
okay,
fuck?
Okay. This
wasn't first choice, but it's nice. It's a nice thing to happen.
Nice. You're out of the first pie. I'll take the second pie. Someone saying
there's no pies left. I'm going home.
I chose options 1 through 9. And guess how many pies there are? 8. I took the leftovers of the 8 pies and made a new pie.
I took your baby and cooked her into a pie.
See the dark shit I'm saying?
I told you.
Dark
I'm
tonight.
in the
You're
mood.
working blue tonight.
In the mood.
Yeah.
Darb dressed like Darby. He's all dark.
That's fair. Ironically, not dressed dark in the slightest. All bright colors. Akira Tozawa pulls Chad Gable away, and Chad bullies him the same way he's bullying Otis, and then Maxine pulls Chad away. And then Maxine's begging Chad Gable to not bully them. Chad Gable tells Maxine to get on her knees to beg, which she does.
Like, this felt a little 2005.
Yeah,
back up on that one.
Then Chad Gable kicks Maxine and Akira Tozawa out of the ring. Otis gets in between Chad Gable and
Sammy.
So it's Chad Gable like scolding Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupree on the apron, and
he
Otis,
steps in between, does his like
Merc, and the crowd goes fucking nuts.
Yeah, and they should have turned him here, right here.
Yeah, when he's picking on all the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Sami Zayn attacks Chad Gable, and Chad Gable throws Sami Zayn into Otis. So he hits Chad Gable from behind, pushes into Otis.
He catches him right.
Otis doesn't know what happened yet. Otis is facing the other. I should say Otis is facing the rampway, so he doesn't know who attacked him from behind.
That's right.
Yeah. But it knocks Akira Tozawa.
I jumped a step.
Oh, you're good. Knocks Akira Tozawa and Maxine off the apron, and Otis is fucking furious. Chad Gable says Sami Zayn did it. Sami Zayn says Chad Gable did it. Otis gives Sami Zayn the world's strongest slam. Crowd's very upset about it.
Stupid as hell.
Yeah.
Why would you believe that guy?
He leaves the ring and he picks up both Maxine and Akira Tozawa and carries them both like little babies back to the back. And Chad Gable just fucking throws the title on Sammy. It looked very like, God damn, he's winning.
I like Gable and Sammy. I like almost all these performers at this point. I just think that like you missed your opportunity here, and maybe they'll do something better and it'll work. But like,
I don't think they're going to do it for a while.
I think that if they would have turned Otis right there, it would have been the biggest reaction you're ever going to get.
So a couple things. Sammy has to lose at Clash at the Castle. Like,
because he's beaten Gable like 3 times.
If they don't give it to Gable now, he's fucking like the character's washed.
If they don't give it to him, he might be leaving the company.
Otis isn't leaving. None of those people are leaving because he keeps saying we have to win my Intercontinental Championship.
Then now we're going from like intriguing and I can't wait to I'm fucking bored of this because it's the same thing every week.
I agree.
It would have been so great right here.
I agree. It would have been great last week.
Everybody was like,
they
blue balls.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like when Christian turned on Jack Perry. Like we waited for like 3 fucking months. And it's like, all right,
we knew he was a goddamn heel.
Like once he got it out of the way, we're just like, all right, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for just doing the thing.
Luckily, it ended in a cool casket match, but that was the only good thing to come out of it.
Backstage, we have Braun Breaker and Adam Pearce. Braun says, so they're watching the screen. They're watching this all happen.
He sounds just like his uncle.
Yeah. Braun Breaker says he breaks Sami Zayn in half. I don't know what that was. Pierce asks Braun what he wants. Braun congratulates Adam.
Give me what I want.
He congratulates Adam Pearce for putting him in a match with real competition. And Adam says he doesn't He says he doesn't deserve it. The only reason he has it is because Ricochet asked for it.
Or does he like beat everybody he's faced so far in the like 4 months he's been up on with the company?
Yeah. Let's look at his ranking or like his win-loss record. Ricochet asked for it, and he understands the meaning of the word respect. Ricochet understands the meaning of the word respect. Braun Breaker is going to teach both of them about respect because he wasn't put in the King of the Ring.
Understands the meaning of the word ascot.
Yeah.
Because he dresses like a haberdasher.
He sure does. He knows
or dick in the box.
He knows how to buy. He knows how to tie like a weird bow tie. Like he knows how to put three loops
like
in them.
A real tie bow tie.
Yeah, but like one of the fancy ones.
It's got it looks like the people that can curl their tongue a few times.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, that's good. Good comment. Braun Breaker's going to teach both of them about respect because he wasn't put in the King of the Ring tournament, so now no one can hold him back. I mean, he's pissed at Adam Pearce for not putting him in a tournament that he was ultimately not going to win. So.
And it's like we're kind of far past that now.
Yeah.
Let's just move on.
Yeah. Just be an angry man that doesn't like the GM. I'm good
or,
with
that. Let him develop the character like that he developed in NXT. It was great because it'll get super over here, too.
You're asking too much. Backstage, we have Alpha Academy. Chad Gable congratulates the team, says Maxine is a genius for faking an injury, but she thinks it's real. So when she got knocked off the apron, she grabs her ankle immediately. Yeah. Chad Gable stoked that she's staying in character, quote unquote. Akira Tozawa says that he's hurt too. Chad's like, you'll be fine.
It was not a great sell on the injury.
Maxine's?
Yeah.
She tried.
Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my heel. Chad Gable says he's so proud of Otis that he's his number one guy, that they'll win his Intercontinental title at Clash at the Castle. Hope he's right, because I need a little facelift here.
Gable's got to win.
He has to win.
I'm serious. If he doesn't win, that means that he is not resigned and he's leaving.
That's fair.
Like, that's the only reason you wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Next, we had the now talked about to death Ricochet versus Braun Breaker match. It went 8 minutes. Ricochet does not get an entrance.
No, he didn't. And that was irritating. He did get, like, some offense, which I was surprised by.
Yeah. He's constantly selling his ribs. He did a really good job selling. Braun Breaker, we're told, runs the ropes at 23 miles an hour. Outside, Braun Breaker at one point presses Ricochet and just throws him on the guardrail. Like, why don't more people do that?
Yeah, it looked great. I mean, it's hard to press slam people.
Yeah. At one point, Braun Breaker's in the ring smirking at Samantha Irvine, and she's scowling back at him. Good heel move. Mm-hmm. At one point, Braun Breaker runs full speed at Ricochet, and Ricochet super kicks him, and this looked way more devastating than usual because of how fast.
Because Braun was going 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. Braun is sitting on. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Ricochet's sitting on the top rope. Braun Breaker runs up the ropes.
Like a cat, swerve or something.
So
like,
fast. Stands perfectly still, like is holding on to Ricochet to gain his balance, and then he lets go, stalls for a second, and like in the blink of an eye, drops Ricochet with a top rope Frankenstein. Mm-hmm. This guy's so amazing.
He's an incredible athlete.
He's so good. And after that, straps go down. We have a spear, and there's a W. After the match, Braun Breaker is attacking. He's throwing Ricochet into the ring steps on the outside. And Braun Breaker picks up the ring steps, holds him over his head, and he's going to throw him at Ricochet, and all the agents and the ref runs out. Ilya Dragunov runs out. Braun Breaker sees him, throws the steps at him. Ilya ducks, and then Braun leaves through the crowd. So
I'm not going to get this, but I want Ilya Dragunov to beat Braun Breaker.
Yeah, those two are going to murder each other.
Yeah, it would be a great match.
Be a hard-hitting match.
I hope it's a pay-per-view match, and they give him 20 minutes or something. And not just like one of these 9-minute TV.
I mean, they got to pad the card, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't hate that.
That'd be fucking great addition to a card that I was already kind of cool with.
Even if it's a pre-show match.
Nah, put that on the show.
I agree, but even like,
I mean, I know that I'm Ilya Dragunov fan number one. Braun Breaker should be a bigger deal. You presented him as a bigger deal before deciding to scale back for some reason.
Right.
Like he needs to be on the main cards.
I agree. At least get him in front of the crowd. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, it's better than nothing. Yeah, but
backstage we see Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio, and Zelina. Rey says he'll get Carlito soon, but tonight they got to take care of Judgment Day. Says JD McDonough thinks they run Raw, but that doesn't include the LWO. I also really like Rey's new Nirvana shirt.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I said, what did I say about Rey? I said Rey. Ray decided to go with the BDSM Eyes Wide Shut get up today.
All blacked out.
It's got like mohawk and like the nipples are cut out.
Yeah.
At first, I'm like, is this a new guy?
He works for the cable company now.
Yeah,
They can't cancel his cable. Oh, sorry. We're so sorry.
he's that bad guy from Fury Road, like a Morton Joe's side guy. The nipple things cut out, and he was always like.
So next we had something that all this annoyed me. It was Natalya versus Kiana James. They went 2 minutes 53 seconds. On the way to the ring, they say Natalya is one of the most accomplished superstars in WWE history, and that Kiana James specifically asked for Natalya for her debut. So I did a little research to see who has the. Oh, by the way, Natalya's accomplished run has one SmackDown Women's Championship reign, one Divas Championship reign, and
one gimmick where she farted,
and one Women's World Tag Team Championship reign with Ain't Nobody Mina.
Oh, Jesus.
Then Tamina.
I bet you those were bangers.
After banger. So I Googled who the top 10 women with the most title reigns in WWE history were.
Yeah.
You're not going to believe who's not on the list.
I bet you Natalya is close to the top of the list of most losses in the history of the company.
Yeah.
Like for like men or women.
Try not to look. See how many of these you can get. Who are the top
Oh, Jesus. I don't know. I'm not good with that.
10 women with the most title reigns? This includes Divas Championships.
Most reigns or like most days?
Most reigns. Most W's.
Charlotte Flair.
Number 1, 14. It's all the usual suspects.
The 4 horsewomen, all of them?
Well, let's see. You want to name them individually? Or do you just want me to say all of them?
I'm going to say Becky.
Becky's number 3. She has 6.
I don't know. I thought she would run 2. Asuka?
Asuka is number 9. She has 3.
Sasha only won it a couple times, I think, right?
Sasha has 5.
Oh, she's 5? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what rank is she?
Sasha is... Hang on, let me put numbers. I've just put bullets in front of these, but let me number them real fast. No, what? I don't want Roman numerals. Give me real numbers. No. All right, I could do Roman numerals. No big deal. Sasha's 6.
Okay. Bailey.
Bailey is 7.
So
you did that one. That one.
Bianca Belair had it for like a million years, but she's only had like 2 reigns, I think.
She's not on the list.
Yeah. Okay. Like I bet total days she's up there.
You're halfway home.
AJ Lee.
AJ Lee is number 10. Yeah, 4 more.
Great. What's her name? The one that was like a. If they're counting her, you know, the one that went like the mobster lady that ran women's wrestling for forever.
It's not the Fabulous Moolah.
Moolah. Yeah. Who the fuck else was? Oh, Trish.
Trish is number 2.
Lita.
Lita's number 8. And you technically did say already. I think you got them all. Oh, yeah. You said the 4 horsewomen. So
yeah.
Bailey's number 7.
I said Bailey too, individually.
Yeah. You're missing 1.
The fuck, Dave?
Missing 1. Give you a clue. Just relatively current.
Relatively current, like, is still wrestling or
ish.
That, like, I would say Trish is that, but
she'll be back.
Rhea?
Mm-mm.
She's only 1, right? I said Becky.
Said Becky. She's defended at WrestleMania.
Who the fuck? My brain is
against Nia Jax.
What?
She's married to Ryan Cabrera.
Wait, who?
Alexa Bliss.
Oh shit! I loved Alexa. But she hasn't been around for so long.
She's
like,
relatively current. That's what I said. She'll be back.
I forgot about Alexa. I was a big fan of hers.
So in order,
I didn't know she won any titles, but
5.
That's pretty good for like a non WWE like super fan.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
Yeah,
pretty fucking solid.
That's pretty good. Charlotte Flair in order. Charlotte Flair, Trish Stratus, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, Mickie James, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Lita, Asuka, and AJ Lee.
Now name every 24/7 champion.
But let's be reminded that Natalya is one of the most accomplished superstars in WWE history.
I'm curious. I'm going to go on Cage Match. I bet she is among the leaders of all-time losses in a WWE.
Yeah, we'll check that next week. Kiana James, she's a business lady, and she says she's in the 1%. That's her character. We were told on the way to the ring that she was in business school and was like
she's in
the business
of
world,
picking a terrible first opponent.
Yeah. They keep calling Natalia the boat. Does that mean best of all time?
They fucking made that up. Let's make it fetch happen.
They
That's
said it multiple times.
Sorry.
Times.
Who?
The
Cole?
Announcers and shit. She's the boat. I'm like,
no, you're trying to make a thing happen. It's not a thing.
It can only mean best of all time. But like, why wouldn't you just say the goat?
You would if you were not an asshole.
Yeah. I'm an asshole. Yo.
I like football and porno and books about war.
The finish saw Natalia tries a sharpshooter.
A bad one, I bet, because it usually is.
Well, it didn't work because Kiana James stops it and puts her in the 401k for the W. The 401k is a swinging DDT without hooking the head. She just shoves her down.
Oh.
It is dog shit.
It doesn't sound like a wrestling move, Dave.
When I said it, when we were saying that,
sounds like a scrap that two drunk people get into after a 5 a.m. bar closes.
This is the most divas wrestler I've seen in a minute.
Okay.
And when you were saying earlier, they're doing a really good job with all the NXT call-ups.
You know who I was talking about.
Yeah.
The Phenom and the one with the great character. I got you.
Backstage, we see Kathy Kelly with the New Day, and Kathy Kelly says, a lot of people have tried to come between the New Day. Oh, no, she didn't say that, but one of them did. One of the New Day guys. A lot of people have tried to come between the New Day, and it ain't going to work. Karrion Kross comes in with this fucking level 100 charisma. Karrion Kross says...
all oiled up.
And they start like, it ain't going to work because New Day rocks.
Yeah.
And then Karrion Kross says he loves the chant, but it doesn't hit as hard anymore because the power of positivity is dead in AOP.
It's because they made you feud with Imperium for 9 years.
Yeah. So they walk away, and Karrion Kross tells Xavier, after tonight, he won't have to follow Kofi Kingston around anymore. He's joining the Judgment. Or what the fuck are they called? The Final Testament.
I really hope they don't ever break up the New Day. They should. That should be a legacy thing where they never break up.
They've said it in interviews that they have no intention of.
They like for social reasons. They're like, we want to show that black dudes we can be brothers and friends and stay together forever, never turn on each other. We're not sneaky bad people.
Yeah, especially in an industry where it's super liquid and you can't even hang out with your wife or husband on the same show.
Plus,
sometimes.
they've gotten this far already. Like, it'd be really a shame to break it up now.
Backstage, we have Natalia. And she runs into Sonya Deville. Walking toward Sonya Deville, the internet fucking ran wild with this, and I want to watch your face when I say this. Natalia's muttering, "It's time for a change. Enough is enough," under her breath. And she runs into Sonya Deville, and then she says it out loud.
What the fuck?
It's time for a change. Enough is enough.
What the fuck?
Sonya Deville walks over at this point to Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. And then those two say they want nothing to do with Sonya Deville and to leave him alone. A lot of people on the internet are saying Natalia's contract is coming up. The Owen Hart Cup is coming up.
Cup.
That Natalia is going to go to AEW
and lose her first match in the Owen
and win the Owen Hart
no
tournament.
fucking way they're letting her win. She would be the 60th best wrestler on the roster.
It threw the internet into a tizzy.
I mean, like, she's probably just fucking with people, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because why else are you fucking doing Owen's catchphrase?
Yeah.
Like,
also, why is now the time to change? Shouldn't you?
You've been losing for 10 years. Like, time for a change was when they gave you the fart gimmick. Really,
yeah.
Like, that was.
I did see a meme on the way here, one of the wrestling Instagram pages, and it was because Natalia and her sister have like an OnlyFans account or something like that. And they're in a pool.
Yeah, you told me your sister's attractive.
Super hot. And they're in bikinis and they're like slapping each other in the boob. And then so that's the top half of the screen, and the bottom half of the screen is Stu Hart just like looking in the middle distance, like all disappointed. Up next we had
like Teddy Hart.
Yeah, they can't find him. Braun Strowman versus Carlito was next. This went 1 minute and 24 seconds. I was very grateful. Carlito looking a little uneasy walking out. Shocking.
Because of the hair you got to look at. What's going on with your head, you maniac? When Michael Myers broke out of the insane asylum.
So the stakes of the match is winner gets Carlito's hair.
Okay,
so Braun's like...
So that's why Braun's been growing it out so he can glue Carlito's...
That's right. He's like a Lego man. Like you just take somebody else's hair and put it on your own head.
Katamari Damachi, Braun Strowman.
So the match, Braun tries to attack before the bell rings, but Carlito counters, gets control of the match. Braun's starting to get a little bit of a comeback. JD McDonough and Finn Balor come out on the apron to interfere. Carlito tries a backstabber, completely fucking whiffs it.
Yeah.
And then Braun does that face-first choke slam. Remember when he debuted in the company? He used to do it? Oh, it's back. And that...
He looked... speaking of weird hair, remember his hair when he first started the company? It was like a lion's mane.
Yeah, but he also looked like he got stung by 60 bees.
Yes,
he was the most bloated man ever. And he said that in interviews. Like,
yeah, he looked like a parade float.
Yeah.
like a walking parade float.
Sand strings. After the match, JD and Finn attack. It doesn't work. Dom appears out of somewhere. He clips Braun Strowman's knee, and then Dom gets tossed out of the ring. Dom gets a chair. He goes back in the ring. Braun swats the chair away, and then and then he kind of chases Dominic slightly up the ramp. Liv comes out, gets between both of them.
There's so much fucking shenanigans on this episode. Yeah.
This distraction lets Carlito, Finn, and JD McDonough attack. Doesn't work for too long. And then everybody's back in the ring, and JD lights up Braun with a chair. And then there's another 3-on-1 attack, and Dom is looking outside. He turns. So he's on the outside of the ring, and he turns toward the ramp, and Liv Morgan's there, and she like backs him up to the ring. And Guardian Angel Finn Balor saves him yet again.
Oh, we didn't talk about McAfee doing the telestrator thing. Like, oh, look, his eyes are going this way, and that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Very the John Madden moment. Yeah, it was. I mean, this is good shit.
I like all the Liv stuff.
Liv stuff is awesome.
Judgment Day is just too busy. There's too much stuff happening with them always.
They're having the MJF problem. In a weird way, because they're not even great, let alone good, and they're in
I was gonna say the closest thing to MJF they have is Rhea. She's not, but she's the closest.
I don't mean quality wise. I mean overbooking wise.
Yeah.
And
they had like 5 sketches on the show.
They got no one else on the show that's showing up to work that day. That doesn't want to come. So one of the guys, Punk wasn't there, and then McIntyre just didn't go out for some reason. He was on the show. Nope. No,
I saw him this week.
Came out at the end. You're right. I completely misspoke. But he didn't do anything talking-wise. He did something very...
The best feud in wrestling.
Yeah, God forbid. Next, we had the women's tag team title match, which was Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Went 9 minutes, 42 seconds.
Match.
Yeah. Zoe Stark doesn't look like she wants to sit in a dark closet anymore.
Yeah.
She was looking real sad there for a while. She looked super motivated again.
I like this tag team. They're like Shayna is acting like Shayna, like NXT Shayna.
Yeah.
Like they should have always had her be. And I'm sure that's helping Zoe too, like seeing her partner being able to have her character back. So like maybe Zoe can develop a character now too.
Yeah. And they looked good together.
They look very they look dominant,
convincing,
like athletic, strong. Absolutely. That's the kind of opponents I only want to see. Cargill and Belair. I don't want them facing any more Indy Hartwells of this world. No more Katana chances. Those should be done. It should only be like Piper Nivens and like Shayna Baszler's and those kind of opponents.
Did you see what's happening next week on Raw?
Oh, it was Indy Hartwell's like probably in 4 segments and wrestling in both the tag division and singles division.
That is correct.
And then Nia Jackson's going to show up, even though it's not her show.
Yeah.
She's going to eat Indy Hartwell because she looks like a pie.
Indy Piewell. So, yeah, Zoe Stark.
I'm going to call you Piewell from now on. What do you think of that?
Eat your feet first. Toes look like crust. Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler are claiming that Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are dodging them while they stay on SmackDown, which is not how the titles work because they can just go freely between shows.
Wait, they're having a match?
This is right before the match was made because they're bitching and like Adam Pearce is like, you want the match?
You're in the ring with them, like you're dodging us, like we're in the fucking ring.
I can't get over Shayna's nickname. I wrote that too, the Queen of Spades.
Yeah.
If you look on Urban Dictionary, 3rd definition down, that's what I can't get over.
There's an interesting story about that. It's like it's a weird one. It's like
For her specifically?
She got it in MMA world. It might have been like, what's his face? The guy that was the manager at AEW for a while that runs American Top Team.
The Top Team guy?
Like he may have given her the Queen of Spades.
Dan Lambert?
Yes. I think it was a Dan Lambert nickname. Like before she was a wrestler.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate nickname to have if you venture on Urban Dictionary. Just give it an Urban Dictionary. You can't say like
or don't and just be happier and live your life.
Oh, it's nothing like horrific, but it's like once you read it, you're gonna go like, why did she pick that?
She didn't. It was bestowed upon her by Dan Lambert.
I would love to know why
Dan Lambert on high. Because I know this was from an interview with Ruby Soho. By the way, she was telling the story. It was actually a pretty good reason, and I can't
include it next week. So the finish of this after this very good match. KOD to Zoe Stark, and then before she can get the 3 count, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn run in to cause a disqualification.
Why?
And then it's a 4-on-2 beatdown. You want to tag teams? There you go, buddy.
I want to tag team matches with finishes.
Yeah, they're going to set up a match between these 4 people now. 4 single stars having tag team title matches.
They had like 4 really good performers out there having a match.
Yeah.
Could have just done that.
Hope you enjoyed it
to completion
because we're doing something else
with lesser people.
That is correct. But they're the foreign whites, so they have to get them on the pay-per-view. Yeah. They're like holy thick accent. I don't know who's who in that team. Alba Fire or Isla Fisher. What's her name? Isla Dawn.
Isla or or something.
Say Isla Fisher.
I don't know. The S may be silent. I don't know.
Isla Fisher's in Wedding Crashers.
Is she like the female?
She's the crazy one that goes after Vince
okay.
Yeah, she's very funny.
Yeah, she is.
Backstage, we have Kathy Kelly and Damian Priest. Another segment. Damian Priest
says... more Judgment Day, sweet.
We sure do. He says he's got to put away Ray tonight. Yeah, that Ray's been a thorn in the side of Judgment Day for a long time. Kathy...
has he really?
No.
Hasn't done anything with that.
No. Damian Priest is world champion. He's not having any
I can't remember one interaction with Ray of substance.
Kathy Kelly asks about Liv, and Damian Priest just kind of shoos that away. And at this point... He's
been all in the business about Liv all night. Yeah, now he's like,
no. Drew McIntyre walks in.
Yeah.
And the show immediately gets better. Drew McIntyre says his life will be good in 2 weeks. He hopes that Damian Priest enjoys his reign while it lasts. He wanted to help Damian Priest, but Damian Priest wanted to make it personal, so now it's personal.
I think the reaction for Drew in Scotland is going to be so strong that it's going to turn him babyface whether they want to or not everywhere else.
You think so?
I think he's going to get cheered after in other places. That's because I think it's going to be like a Stone Cold kind of reaction.
But he's feuding with the most popular guy in the company.
When he's there.
But when he comes back to America, there ain't no fucking ways they're going to cheer him over CM Punk.
Not necessarily over, one over the other. I think they're both going to be like cheered. I don't think it's going to be like boo or you think we're stupid or whatever. I think people are going to be behind what's his face? Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are like how we are now, like just really admiring the work.
Yeah.
And then you do that for a super long time, and then you go probably win a title in front of a crowd that's going to be just nuclear for you. Yeah. And a lot of people are going to see that. And I do think it's going to translate over into like wherever they go next, he's going to get cheered.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like.
No, we don't.
It's a like a gamble, let's say, but I think it could happen.
It could happen if it's going to happen with anyone. It's him.
I'm like
super likable.
I really want to cheer for him, and I bet you I'm not the only one that really wants to cheer for him at this point.
If he was feuding with anybody except CM Punk,
I cheered for CM Punk and MJF at the same time.
Sure,
I wanted Punk to win the match because he was the face at the time, but like I was cheering for both the guys.
This is WWE fans, though.
Yeah.
And also, too, they have to program the piping of the chanting in for somebody. So,
we didn't talk about the worst piping for Dom's boos that I think they've done like all year.
It's very loud.
It was like the big boo. I think was actually real. Yeah. It was when they were doing the mini, like every time we would talk and they do a boo, boo, boo. I was looking at the crowd. One person per like 30 was doing it, and it was like so loud that it was hurting my ears.
I don't get the value in piping in crowd reactions when we have eyeballs and can see the crowd.
Like it's all lit up. That's the benefit of having sellouts. You can light up the whole crowd, and I can see that they're not booing.
Also, too, when the crowd is loud, it sounds different than the piped in.
Sounds great. Not like a hairdryer.
Yeah. Also, too, like from a fan perspective, if you're going to like a big show and you're like, oh, we're gonna be fucking loud.
Yeah.
Like little participation points, but like. I don't have to do shit if you're going to pipe in the noise anyway. Everybody should put pacifiers in their mouth at a show. The entire stadium is free pacifier night.
Everybody online then would just assume it was a Wyatt Six thing that was happening.
Yeah.
Oh, that's part of the story.
Look at all everybody's pacifiers around. There must be Bo Dallas is coming back to fulfill the prophecy of his brother Bray Wyatt.
Is that taking a little long too? I feel like
Bray's
was not this long.
I don't give a shit when it for real.
I want to believe. I only believe.
I don't care what happens when he comes back because I don't know what his beef is going to be, and like it's just
he's insinuating that like there is a thing that somebody did or we did or some like
cool.
I'm just hoping it's not like the nonsense that like you didn't believe. Like I hope it's a thing, a real thing that he's like pissed about.
Yeah.
And is like aiming to get revenge for.
It's fucking taking forever, dude.
It's taking a long time.
Like and like I did see something on another thing on Instagram, and I meant to take a screenshot, but I didn't. And it said something like, "No Punk, no Roman," and then it rattled off like 5 other guys that aren't like present, and they're like, and the shows are still entertaining as fuck. And then it showed screenshots of like all the big storylines going on.
Yeah,
like, that's a good fucking point.
Raw is good. Like Raw is good now.
Raw is humming.
I told you, I'm enjoying watching these shows every week.
Looking at the SmackDown roster made me nervous.
Now I think like SmackDown should go under or something. Because Raw is like fun. The whole show's fun. Yeah. And we couldn't come up with one goddamn heel for Cody to face.
No. It's
without going back in time and like actually building a heel. Like letting Montez do some stuff.
That's right. Next, we have Jey Uso in the crowd.
This is where the double time Uso, and it was like the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. When you do YouTube TV and like faster speed, it doesn't go higher. Yeah. It just goes faster. So there's going. It's really good.
Basically, he recounts last year's Money in the Bank. When he had the Bloodline Civil War. And
I thought he was having a seizure from what I saw.
He says this year he's going to win the Money in the Bank. That was the whole gist of it. Cool.
Great.
Anyway, backstage, Kathy Kelly is with Lyra Valkyria, who has her hair down. Mm-hmm. And I have a crush on Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, I agree. She looked better.
She looked great. She asks Becky.
I also respect her talent quite a bit.
Oh, that's a given. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Just a different look. I'm like, yo, what's up? She asks how Becky Lynch is doing, and she says she'll be fine. We won't have to watch Liv as champ for that long. And Kathy asks, how will Lyra Valkyria move forward without Becky Lynch? And Lyra says she can stand on her.
I won like 7 straight matches by myself already, you dumb fucking asshole.
You watch when I wrestle? I'm fucking great
at the best insecurity that ever existed. And it's like wrestling's been going on since the 1800s.
This is a main event of the last pay-per-view.
Yeah, I almost won the goddamn Queen of the Ring, and I just joined the roster.
Yeah, but she says...
But you're right, Becky Lynch isn't there anymore.
No, she could stand on her own 2 feet, and next step is Money in the Bank. And at this point, Io Sky comes out of nowhere and fucking violently attacks her. Io
Sky losing her mind thing. I kind of dig.
I dig it. Well, I mean, this is a throwback to her NXT character, which
I want them to do with everybody. Basically,
that was her best run.
Yeah,
that, like revitalized
her
there when she was a little loopy.
When she was Io Shirai, but
yeah. Up next, we had New Day versus Authors of Pain. This went 2 minutes 28 seconds. In case you didn't know,
Authors of Pain getting a push, huh?
Yeah.
This was like, oh fuck, they're getting behind these guys.
They squashed the fuck out of them. If you didn't know, Akam is known as the Punjabi powerhouse, and
I thought he was Puerto Rican or something.
No, Punjabi powerhouse, and Razor is the Albanian psycho.
I'm just pissed off that it took me till last week to realize it was Occam's razor, that their names are based on that phrase.
Yes,
I've been watching them for a decade. Well, except for that 5 years that they disappeared.
Yeah, most people equate it to Toka and Razor from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm sure it is actually like an influence of both, but their names are literally Occam's razor.
Yeah. But if we spell it different, no one will know the difference. Basically, Xavier Woods is in peril the entire match. He's going for he hasn't gone for the tag quite yet. Karrion Kross distracts Kofi, who's trying to get a hot tag forever. And Kofi jumps down to confront Karrion Kross, and during that time, Xavier jumps for a tag, and nobody's there. And then when Kofi gets back on the apron, he gets attacked. AOP hits Water Rush for the W. This is good match.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see New Day get a little bit more, but like,
yeah,
I'm a big fan of AOP, and they look great.
Like for what you're trying to advance, like Kofi looking like he's abandoning his boy.
I will like if because they've done it a couple times over the last 15 years, and it has been cool every time. Like they tease, get right to the edge that New Day is going to break up, but then they do the babyface thing. Yeah, I would like them to do that again.
There's a lot.
I'm not interested in them breaking up because what then? What? I don't want a heel run for Kofi or something like.
Right. Yeah. There's or they could just right turn as well, and they recruit Kofi or something like that. Like there's just a lot to play with here, and I'm glad they're doing something with guys that are doing nothing.
Yeah.
So.
It's better than feuding with the Imperium every week.
Yes. Yeah. Which accomplished nothing.
Yeah.
And Kaiser Wilhelm is the best version of himself right now that he's ever been. We actually have some character to him now. He's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
He's a good worker. He's a really good worker.
Way better than I thought.
But I thought he was just like, wow, this guy looks like criminally German. Like,
let's
put him next to Gunther.
Because he sounded like that.
And he's the fucker can go.
He was like welting the shit out of one of the biggest guys on your roster.
Yeah.
So.
After banger.
Banger.
Backstage, we have Jackie Redmond with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Jackie Redmond asks,
"Are you repeating yourself? I feel like we've done this segment 4 times already today."
Nope. we're close to the end. We have one more match after this. Jackie Redmond asks...
I'll talk about the matches all day long. They've been fun.
Jackie Redmond asks one of them why they... probably both of them. Why did you attack the tag champs?
Just you, Isla. I'm only talking to you. You're the one with the pies.
Can you imagine her in the background?
Oh, I can.
With her palm.
I think she's got like a Toyota Camry. That's what she drives.
Yeah.
And like the back seat is just filled to the point where it's a risk to drive because she's got no visibility with pies. It's like tin pie things.
Like fresh pies?
Like some are just crumbs in the tin and some are like brand new. There's like ones on the bottom that are rotten. Like
some. That was good.
Found a pie truck that fell over and just went out on the highway. And
she's got her crown on. Jackie Redmond with Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Why did you attack the tag champs? One of them says they don't get offered the same opportunities as other teams. They're not waiting for chances. They're going to take them, and it doesn't feel right without their presence at Clash at the Castle. This show's just loading up accents.
Yeah,
that's all they're doing, which is good. Like,
yeah, I mean they're going
to
go.
Yeah. And then
I'm very glad that obviously Drew, but Piper. Like Piper's probably my second favorite Scottish wrestler.
Yeah. The next match is the.
Where's Nikki Cross?
She's gonna be a SmackDown 6.
She like. Oh yeah, you think so? Yeah. Oh, she did show up once and act weird and then disappeared.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a nice person to have a clash.
So it's gonna be one guy I don't know. Joe Coffey, is that him? No, not him.
He was an NXT guy.
It's maybe him, maybe not him, but it is an NXT guy.
Gacy? Something Gacy.
Maybe Gacy.
Yeah, I think it's Gacy.
I'm not positive. But it's going to be Bo Dallas, Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, Braun Strowman, and
Eric Redbeard.
Eric Redbeard and whoever that NXT guy is. Yeah. That's all 6.
I think it's Gacy.
Yeah. The last match of the evening is
the main event of the evening.
Damian Priest versus Rey Mysterio went 16 minutes 26 seconds.
I didn't watch it, dude.
I got you, boo. On the entrance, this was kind of funny.
I could have. I had time. I was like,
there's a senior citizen lady in the front row, and Rey Mysterio
ripping off Dynamite. That's how Dynamite ended. The dance with the senior citizen.
Oh, well,
Swerve did.
Ray's giving her all the love, and she's loving it. And she like gives her.
You didn't see the Swerve thing?
No.
They did the Nana dance with like a 90-year-old woman, and it was all over social media.
In that case, Dynamite ripped off Raw because chronology is a thing.
Yeah, but on Dynamite, it was probably actually a fan who cared.
Yeah. Well, this lady had a great time.
She's probably like somebody's aunt.
Yeah.
That works.
Naya's
aunt. She's the one that bakes most of my pie.
Oh, shit.
We like to have fun.
I'm kidding. Oh, man. It's so funny. It's such low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit pie.
Oh, that sounds like a dream.
Low-hanging. I don't have to reach or anything.
I can just sit in my chair and kick them off of my toesies.
Oh, and these go way into the morning. They're fucking fun. All right, so the match, I said I can't get over how good Rey Mysterio looks at 49 years
He's
old.
awesome.
Everything he does is super fucking smooth. This is a cool move that I wish Damian Priest would do more.
Get in his car and drive away.
Ever again. He's got to hitch a ride with Nia. She got no
There's
room.
no room. You're going to have to eat a few pies.
Damian Priest, Ray does a springboard, and Damian Priest catches him and does like he lifts him up and does like an elevated flatliner.
Yeah. That is
It
cool.
looks fucking cool as hell. And then I wrote Damian Priest is kind of looking like a slightly faster 1996 Diesel in this match. Like his moveset was almost identical.
Yeah.
It was like a big man, little
Diesel
man
was
match.
real slow.
Yeah. That's why I said slightly
Yeah.
faster. It's a nice psychology here. It's just Ray evading and escaping and striking and bobbing and weaving kind of thing.
Rub his eyeliner into his eyes.
Yeah, and
That's what I would
Damian
do.
Priest has power moves and strikes and a healthy amount of mascara on. Damian Priest tries a middle rope razor's edge. Ray evades and turns it into like a jumping, spinning Hurricane Rana. Drop kicks in the ropes, 619.
50.
Drops the
Years
dime
old.
for 2. Carlito interferes on the apron.
It's like I'm playing 2K and it's glitching. Like,
Yeah.
why is Carlito doing rundowns on every one of my matches?
But this time, Dragon Lee comes out and takes care of him.
He should turn into a dragon and bite Carlito like Mortal Kombat.
Fatality. Carlality. JD,
And just spit out an apple core after he eats them.
what's Nia Jax's fatality?
Oh, Jesus.
Want to sip
Heart disease?
Okay. I thought you were going to do like an animation thing. You went real.
I know.
You went Grey's Anatomy with it.
I zigged.
Yeah, you went. Oh, man. So JD McDonough and Finn Balor come out and attack Dragon Lee because he has taken care of Carlito. Rey Mysterio does a corkscrew plancha outside the ring to everybody. And then he goes back up to the top rope for more aerial fun.
He's better than everybody, and he's 100 years old.
Yeah. Damian Priest snatches him off the top rope, gives him a South of Heaven for the win. Right after this match ends, Drew McIntyre appears and attacks Damian Priest, gives him a future shock DDT. He goes for a Claymore, but Finn stops it.
Finn is just saving everybody.
Yes, he is a sacrificial lamb for everything. He gets attacked. Carlito eats a Glasgow kiss, headbutt. JD McDonough gets belly to belly, all from Drew. Drew McIntyre rolls outside, clears the table.
Sure seems like a babyface doing a lot of babyface kind of ring clearing here.
Yeah, 1,000%. And then Drew McIntyre clears out the announce table, but Damian Priest chokeslams Drew through the table, and the Judgment Day pose over Drew McIntyre to end this episode of Monday Night Raw.
Enjoy it. It's Judgment Day because you're going to lose. It's Classic Castle.
Yeah, and also like they got to do some infighting here because I could see Finn like now that
he's the guy that's trying to hold it together.
You've highlighted the shit out of this.
Yeah.
Like he's also the guy that's probably going to get frustrated that things aren't working. He's like, I'm the only fucking guy.
Nobody's
doing
trying but me. Goddammit.
I'm the only one getting stuff done.
You know what? I watched the JD McDonough NXT title match from a few years ago with Braun and Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah,
and JD McDonough was like presented really cool.
He's a good worker.
He was also like scary in that.
Oh, really?
He was the smallest guy in the match, but he was like had kind of a little psycho thing going on, and it was very effective.
He's a very good worker. Yeah. He just doesn't. They made
him like a little idiot.
But like, look, he's around a bunch of story. Like he's on
TV all the time, so I'm sure he's not complaining.
He's like
just me watching it. I'm like, I know this guy can do better because I just saw it.
He's like Kidman in The Flock. Like, I know he's good, but like his only character is like that he's getting chased by Braun Strowman all the time.
His characters don't ever try to powerbomb him.
No. So that was Monday Night Raw. That was WWE for this week.
Yeah, sure was.
We got a pay-per-view next week, so hopefully they throw a bunch of shit.
It's together. 2 though, right? So we'll get our Turnbuckle Time Machine in this week.
Correct.
So you guys will have a Turnbuckle Time Machine this week, and then the following week we'll be doing our Clash at the Castle specials.
That's right.
If you have not listened to the AEW episode, it was a good one. Not quite as funny, I don't think, but it was a good one. Go check that out. And as always, we thank you for joining us. See you next week, guys.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Nia Jax.
Pie. Did somebody say pie? She's going to come crashing through my wall like the Kool-Aid man now because you said pie out loud.
Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.